Nigeria. Of Uganda.
Hello and welcome to match day 7, game number 14 of the ILT20 Continental Cup, powered by Fancode. There you see the fixture of this afternoon. Uganda taking on Team Nigeria. The umpires walking out there in the middle as we go through to see what happened between the two captains at the toss.
David and Goliath encounter we have on the cards, but does David have the special stone? It's time for the toss. We have Uganda taking on Nigeria here. The two captains, Riyazat Ali Shah of Uganda, Sylvester Okpe of Nigeria, Emmanuel Dube, our match referee. Riyazat, I believe you have the coin and you do the honors. Tells is the call. And tells it is. Sylvester, you win the toss. What are you going to do?
We're going to have a ball first.
And your reasons for that?
With the past games, we've struggled with the bowling, so we want to see how much we can defend Uganda on and try and chase it.
Chasing, is there any changes to the side that you go with?
Yeah, if Ian goes out and then Prosper Hussein comes back in.
And then Danladi, is he back in the side?
Yeah, he's back inside and strong.
Cheers and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Riyazat, have a chat with me. The toss didn't go your way. What will you do?
We wanted to bat first, and wicket looks nice to bat on.
So it's a good toss to lose. Any changes to your side?
Yeah, we have a couple of changes. Cosmos is in, and Robinson is in. Yeah.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
So that's the news from the centre. Nigeria have won the toss and they will bowl first. Dividend goal.
And you had it all on clear there. Sylvester Okpe winning the toss and deciding to have a ball first as we take you through the Ugandan lineup. Simon Tesazi, Robinson Obuyi, of course, they're out there in the middle opening for their side. Fred Achelaman is back into the side. Pasco Murunji, Riyazat Ali Shah, of course, and those two men, Henry Senyondo leading the wicket takers here with 15 scalps, and Cosmas Cheuta back into their side. And of course, that man, the MVP for Team Uganda, Alpesh Ramjani, is also in the side. I won't be alone, of course. Davis will be taking us through the team list of Nigeria.
Salim Salau, Peter Aho, Muhammad Taiwo, Isaac Okpe, Sylvester Okpe, Ridman Abdukarim, Suleiman Rensewe, Vincent Adewayo, Isaac Danladi is back in the side, Miracle alongside Efayenyi Uboa. Nigeria won the toss, selected to bowl first.
Of course, a couple of changes from the captains. They see the standings. Uganda up there. See yet to lose a game with 12 points. It's going to be very, very crucial for Team Nigeria to get back to those winning ways. Of course, they have lost 4 games back to back. There, of course, Rwanda taking over these two, Nigeria and Botswana, with that win against Team Botswana. I am Bob Bashir, of course, here in the commentary box alongside Davis Karashani to take us through the first 6 overs of match day 7, game number 14. With the new cherry in hand is Mohamed Taiwo coming in from the pavilion end, up against that man, Robinson Obuyi and Simon Tesazi. Both are these two batsmen in the middle. They've scored 80 plus in this tournament. It's going to be very key to see how they play out the power play. They love pace on up front, loving to use, of course, the power play. He has a sleeping place is Mohamed Taiwo, and a deep square leg. The two fielders outside the ring. Welcome, Davis. Of course, we all know Team Nigeria is looking for that win. They've lost 4 games on the trot. Can this be their day?
Well, yes, again, you'd think that Nigeria would be very worried about that momentum. They landed at in Kigali as champions coming from that qualifier in Abuja. They'll have felt that they came in here with momentum. They won 2 games in a row, then lost to Uganda, and that was quickly followed up by 3 on the bounce. But I want to believe that perhaps the rest day yesterday could have given Nigeria a chance to simply just look back, self-reflect, look to refresh, and see how they can go in this final round of the ILT20 Continental Cup powered by Fancode.
And of course, Uganda coming from a back of a massive win of 108 runs against Team Botswana. They posted the highest total in this ILT20 Continental Cup powered by Fancode, 229 for the loss of 3. Whereas Team Nigeria coming, of course, after that defeat of 6 wickets. First ball. Driven straight to the fielder at mid-off. Trying to get some swing is Mohamed Taiwo.
Mohamed Taiwo is from that class of 2018. The golden generation of Nigeria, the first Nigerian cricket team to get to an under-19 World Cup. They will know that in this particular lineup that they have today, a couple of graduates in that class. But you can see a change in the opening combo yet again for the Uganda team. Fred Achelam takes a break from opening, and Robinson Obuyi returns.
Driven again straight to the same fielder at mid-off. Starting off, of course, with 2 dot ball is Mohamed Taiwo. This time round, I love the fact that he's not trying to push the ball up front, trying to get that movement We saw earlier in the power play, in the couple of 4 overs, it's been moving around. He would love to get a couple of wickets in the power play. Hit straight to the fielder at mid-off, who drops Robinson Obuya. Isaac Okpe. That was hit powerfully by Robinson Obuya.
That could be dangerous. Not the sights you want to see. Isaac Okpe goes down. But fortunately, quickly the physio is right there. Full delivery. Robinson Obuya threw everything at it. That was in the air. Could have been an easy catch, but got to him a lot quicker than he expected, and he's down. But the medical team have rushed to quickly give him the medical attention he deserves.
Oh, they'll love him to get back on his feet. Is Isaac Okpe, one of the best all-rounders they have at the Yellow Greens. That went to him in a flash. As of course we see the medical team having a look at that man, Isaac Okpe. And again, these two have a chance to have a chat in between. Olainka replaces, of course, that man, Isaac Okpe, who takes some treatment as a subfielder. And of course, with that single, allowing that man, Simon Sesazi, on strike. He had, of course, a very good day in the office, getting to that 85 in his previous game of 53, with 6 maximums and 6 boundaries. You would feel he missed out on a century.
You just get a feeling that Uganda is still searching for their perfect opening combo. We've seen, I think, close to 4 attempted opening combinations, but many will think that these two have gotten 50s and should be the right fit.
On the leg side, given wide by that man, Christian Gasana, Rwanda International. The 2 umpires, of course, his partner is Gaston Yves. Look at that on the replay. Straight down the leg. Very good taking from Rushewe, the wicketkeeper batsman.
Yeah, Bobo, speaking about that opening combination for Uganda, we've seen a lot of the other teams have very stable combinations, but Uganda is still soul searching to find one. That's balled way down the leg side. Rushewe, even with all the quality he does possess, is unable to keep that one to nothing. That runs away down to the boundary for the first boundary for Uganda. Leg buys, I think. He'll want to get his lines on a lot straighter and not to lick too many easy extras. They will know that this is not going to be an easy game.
And of course, it's that left-hand, right-hand combination up front from Team Uganda, giving a very big challenge to the openers. It's that man, of course, Mohamed Taiwo, who's been in the side for quite some time now. He has the experience. Much better line from Mohamed Taiwo. Bowling to a man, of course, who takes his time to have a look at the wicket. And has a way of switching gears in no time is Simon Sesazi. He's been on and off the team, but you would see every time he's been given the opportunity, he takes it with both hands. Plays it on the back foot, back straight to the bowler, looking to sneak in for a single. That fumble doesn't allow them to finish the over with a single. It is the end of the first. 6-0, Team Uganda.
And opening the bowling is a man that has made that airport end his own. Peter Aho, right arm fast bowler. On match day number 7, I just feel like the opening bowlers or the fast bowlers of Nigeria have continued to get better as the games have gone by. They've bowled much more challenging lines and lengths. Bowled a lot fuller than how they started off. But the challenge for them is that then on the other end, on the flip side, their spinners have not been able to penetrate in the middle phase of play, and have gone for quite a lot more runs than they would have liked.
A little bit short on that occasion, doesn't get enough timing. There's protection at deep square leg, who cuts it off to only 1 run. Lovely scenes here. The skies are blue now. The sun is out here at Gahanga International Cricket Ground. Uganda have been put in to have a bat. With the way, of course, the wicket has been playing in the first game in the morning, you would feel Uganda have the upper hand of getting to that 180 plus. Of course, having 4 batsmen in their side, having scored a 50. And those 2 out there in the middle, Robinson Obuya and his partner there, Simon Sesazi. Robinson Obuya getting that 89 against Team Rwanda, and his partner there, Simon Sesazi's previous inning of 85 or 53. You can't ask for a better opening pair to get you to a flying start. Plays it on the back foot, straight to the bowler there, Peter Aho.
Good length and line, you would say, from Peter Aho. For me, as I said, the Nigerian fast bowlers have continued to improve. Peter Aho is one of the very few that has actually managed to get some lateral movement at the Gahanga Cricket Stadium. They will be hoping if they can nick 1 or 2 of these Ugandan batters in the power play. Very well bowled yet again. Good lines there. Spotting just around that 4th stump line. It's not allowing Simon Sesazi any width. And there it is. That forward press from Simon Sesazi is a bit too... He's unable to get right under it. The news we're getting from the medical team is that Isaac Okpe was hit on the right hand side of his throat, but he will be coming back. Which is the more important good news. And more important good news for Nigeria is that Peter Aho is bowling a very troublesome line. And length there for Simon Sesazi. And it's good to see that they've kept that slip fielder in there.
You would see there's a little bit of grass on that 3/4 line. Exactly where Peter Aho has been pitching, threatening that outside edge of Simon Sesazi, who is yet to open his account. Fall on that occasion into the pads, straight to the fielder, Ridwan, a short mid. Very tidy over to start with from Peter Aho, with of course 1 delivery to come.
think it's been a great display of opening the bowling. 11 balls that Nigeria put together, they've only conceded 7. And if it wasn't for that leg by that straight down the leg side, you'd think they've done a tremendous job, but up to this stage.
Nicked. Fortune favors the brave as Simon Sesazi gets off the mark. Lovely piece of bowling there from Peter Aho. Threatening his outside edge on 3 occasions, and this time round he gets something on it. No slip in place, allowing it to go all the way to the boundary.
That would have flown straight into the waiting hands of Olalayanke. Simon will live to die another day. After 2, it is Uganda 11 for no loss.
Mohamed Taiwo to continue from the pavilion end. Up against Robinson Obuya, who is now on 204. He's looked to be aggressive. But again, he would love to get his timing right. Driven powerfully straight to that field at mid-off. Isaac Okpe, who's back on the grounder. He is the fighter, of course. He knows he has 4 overs to bowl in this particular first innings.
Fantastic cricketing conditions here. The sun is out belting this new fresh wicket. Should be an interesting encounter.
Plays it on the back footer. Sneaking in for yet another single. Direct hit there in the deeper, but he was well in his Simon Sesazi. One of the batsmen, I feel, he takes his time to score his runs. He has, if I'm not mistaken, like 3 phases in his innings where he will take, of course, a couple of balls to look at the pitch, analyze the bowlers. His second phase can be very dangerous, taking on, of course, those short balls. And the third one where he switches gears and he will give you that over of 20 plus if bowled, of course, in his arc. So far has faced 8 deliveries for his 4 runs. Takes a little shimmy, no run, says the fielder at pointer, but it will beat the captain himself, who chips in a dive at mid-off. Back-to-back boundaries here for Simon Sesazi.
Just a shot of a man who you feel he'll be saying to himself, he's had enough, he's had a look at the wicket. He's assessed that there's not much swing. He just needs to simply hit through the line, and hit through the line he does successfully. Back-to-back boundaries for Simon Sesazi. I don't think Taiwo should mind that.
He's livid, is Simon. Feeling that he has missed out on that particular delivery from Mohamed Taiwo. Trying to penetrate that gap, of course, at covers and point. Ending gap, getting that inside edge.
They scamper through for a single, but you can tell from Simon's setup, stayed very deep in the crease, was looking to try and open up that vacant mid-wicket region. Did not get the timing he was looking for, but you can see his intentions seem very crystal clear.
Of course, though, you would feel they would love to get to that 50 plus in the power play without losing many wickets in Team Uganda to start a chance of getting to that 180 plus. They've looked like a solid team from day one. Pulling out from his run-up is Mohamed Taiwo. Given, of course, the likes of Riazat Alisha, Alpesh Ramjani, Dinesh Nakrani, Shidip Mangela, who got back to the groove with the runs, of course, are getting that half century against Team Botswana. Goes big on that occasion. There's a fielder who can only watch it sail over him. First maximum coming off the blade of that man, Robinson Obuya.
Just looking at that slightly short delivery, but Robinson Obuya, as I said he's had enough. He's had the look. He knows there's not much swing happening, and he walks that down to mid-wicket for his first maximum. Uganda 23 for no loss after 3.
Of course, with that maximum, with no surprise coming off, of course, that man Robinson Obuya, who has struck 15 maximums and 19 boundaries, shows you how aggressive he has been in the power play for Team Uganda.
Full and straight, well struck there. Simon Sesas is campus through for a single. Does he make it? Yes, he does. But great work there from the Nigerian captain fielding at mid-off. Sylvester Okpe is clearly served 3 runs there.
Getting caught up in 2 minds are these two in the middle. It was a ball full, struck powerfully. Very good fielding there from the man at mid-off. But Simon, knowing he was running into the danger zone, he decided to take on that arm.
You just feel Obuya was literally guilty of ball watching there. But I think an area again, perhaps the Nigerians don't think about, and many teams is teams continue to concede a boundary on the over ball and the first balls of the overs. Modern day coaches will tell you those are the most important balls to focus on.
So the pass flicked, but straight to the fielder at mid-wicket. Very good bowling from Peter Aho. Bowling it slightly away from the left-hander, and now bowling it coming in to the right-hander, Robinson Obuya. He is, of course, a gem of a bowler to watch, is Peter Aho, the experienced one. Change of pace on that occasion, beats the outside edge.
What do you reckon is the temptation in Sylvester Okpe's mind? Based on the good lines, nice and tight lines that Peter Aho is bowling, the temptation to get that slip fielder in there. He's really been the pick of the bowlers for me. He's tested the batters. He managed to get that outside edge of Simon Sesas. He was unlucky that he didn't have the slip fielder. It had just moved him.
I agree with you with the way he's bowling some tight lines up front, Peter Aho. Getting some late movement. I always love to put in a slip in place. Beats the outside edge once again. Put in a slip in place or even a gully. Try and build some pressure. Oh, what a beauty from Peter Aho. Try and, of course, bring out that opportunity of that outside edge in play. They know they would love to pick up a wicket in the power play, or even 2 wickets. Goes again up, catches the call, and a very beautiful catch there from the captain himself, leading from the front. At some stage I thought it was a planer, but guess what? It's that man, Sylvester Okpe, taking a stunner to get rid of Robinson Obuya, who wasn't timing it neatly. Peter Aho draws fast blood.
Very old ball yet again, Peter in for pace. And then look at that, that's snatched out of the air, from by Sylvester Okpe. Does the job himself. And Nigeria get rid of the danger man. Robinson Obuya is gone for a pedestrian knock by his standards.
To see the man walking back, shot number 82. His stay at the wicket has been cut short, of course, by that catch. Look at that in the replay, bowling it a little bit into the right-hander. And that man, the captain, taking another stunner. How many times are we going to see these yellow greens putting on a show in the field? We saw the other day that man, Isaac Danladi, taking one of the best catches in the tournament.
And with that wicket, in walks Redip Mangela. Finally got some runs under his belt in the tournament. Got a quick fire 62. Started off pretty slowly, but was able to shift gears. He'll be hoping to build on that kind of form, get some momentum going. You reckon Nigeria will like this because they have two left-handers at the wicket, with Peter Aho generating, bowling it right across the left-handers, and it's good to see the slip field has been deployed yet again.
And given that there are two left-handers, I would love to see Sylvester Okpe bring himself into the attack. Right arm off break, bowling it, of course, away from the left-handers. A little bit too wide on that occasion from Peter Aho. .25 for one after 3.5.
Not the ideal follow-up delivery, especially after picking up a wicket. Peter will be looking to try and bowl a lot straighter and try and test the batters.
And he'll close off, of course, his second over with a dot ball after picking up that big wicket of Robinson Obuya. Going for only 7 runs. Look at that on the replay, the catch. Not enough timing from Robinson Obuya, but look at that man falling into those basket hands of his, Sylvester Okpe.
Well, and there will be a bowling change from the pavilion end. Muhammad Taiwo takes a break, and the man Bob called out, "Cometh the hour, cometh the man." Nigerian captain Sylvester Okpe opts to bowl himself. A very, very good move. Right arm off spinner bowling to two left-handers. The matchup is clearly in his favor. He's deployed a deep mid-wicket and a long on-fielder. We did see some patches for the spinners in the earlier game. And it's this passage of play that has been problematic for Nigeria, whereby the spinners have not been able to pick wickets up at regular intervals. But it is a new day. Nigeria at this point will be the happy of the two sides. Have not allowed Uganda to get quickly out of the blocks.
Oh, lovely. There from the captain, Sylvester Okpe. I would love to see him tightening now this cruiser for Team Uganda. Not giving room whatsoever to the left-handers. He has a slip in play. Cut away on that occasion. The chase is on by Ridwan, but who will play second fiddle on that occasion as Simon Sesazi welcomes the captain with the boundary.
Sylvester Okpe guilty of pulling a bit of width on that one. Allowed Simon to free his arms. Welcome boundary for Simon.
Full on that occasion, much better line from the captain, Sly. Enticing delivery there to see if Simon Sesazi has the guts to take him downtown. He has a long gone fielder, Isaac Okpe, a tall lad. Calls for a big sweep shot, and the finger is up from Christian Gasana. The intelligent Sylvester Okpe brings himself into the attack in the power play and gets rid of Simon Sesazi, who was to depart trying to play a slog sweep on a much straighter delivery. 2 wickets down, 29 on board after 4.3 overs.
Corrects his line, Sylvester Okpe. The batter goes right across the stumps. Tries to open up that deep square leg region. He is unhappy with the decision, but he's got to go. Simon Sesazi loses his wicket pretty early for his standards, and Uganda at 29 for the loss of 2 wickets. Unfamiliar territory. Totally opposite the blueprint batting unit in its plan for Uganda.
That man was to take the long way back to the dugout. Not happy, of course. Thinking there was some glove on it. But they will be happy picking up the second wicket. Look at that on the replay. Shuffled across, going for the sweep shot. Oh, that looked very, very close here, Davis.
Bob, it's a good thing we're in the commentary box. We don't have to make the difficult decisions.
The best seat in the house, of course. They'll be happy, of course, the men in yellow and green picking up their second. The 2 openers are back into the dugout, allowing now two new men at the crease. Riazat Alisha, the captain, and Shridip Mangela. Goes for a sweep shot, loud appeal. Back-to-back wickets here for Sly, the captain of the Yellow Greens, getting rid of the opposition captain. He wins the battle. He's Sylvester Okpe. A golden duck for that man, Riazat Alisha. In no time, it is now 29 for 3.
Very well bowled, nice and straight. Riazat Alisha goes for a sweep shot. That was only missing leg stump and off stump, clattering into middle stump. Easy decision there for the umpire. Uganda in a spot of bother. They've lost their captain for nothing. The Yellow Greens are on the charge, ladies and gentlemen.
Turning out, of course, to be a very good toss to win from Sylvester Okpe. So far, we're still in the power play. 1 more over to go. He has managed to pick up 3 big wickets. Riazat Alisha being the last. I would have given that out with one eye. Davis. That looked very dead and plumber.
And just to let you know, it's been 8 games these two have played. In T20 Internationals, Nigeria are yet to get off the mark. But they'll believe that today and this afternoon could be the day. They have Uganda in a huge spot of bother. In the power play, Uganda have lost 3 wickets. Unfamiliar territory for Uganda. They must be able to find a hero.
And he's the captain, of course, after taking that stunner, getting rid of Robinson Mbuya. He is on a hat-trick. Dinesh Kumar Nakrani facing the hat-trick. There is a sleeping play. Cut away on the occasion. He will end with a dot ball. What an over from the captain, leading from the front, picking up 2 big wickets, going for only 4 runs. 29 for 3 after 5.
Great captaincy here from Sylvester Okpe. One, personally, I continue to admire. He's recognized that there are 2 left-handers on the wicket. And he's thrown the cherry to his other right arm off spinner, Isaac Danladi. This is fantastic captaincy. He knows he has Uganda number right now. He knows these 2 batters have to put together a partnership. Absent that, he will quickly be in the Ugandan mid-order.
He brings, of course, the MVP in the side of Yellow Greens. Would love to close off the power play with a wicket. 2 new batsmen again out there in the middle, coming round the wicket. And it'll be quicker on the occasion from Isaac Danladi, the man with the golden arm. He's made sure, of course, every time he's been given that ball, he picks a wicket or 2. Dragging him to play him downtown is Isaac Danladi. Cutting off the pace, of course, knowing that he has two fielders outside the ring, long on, and a deep square leg fielder. Full again, trying to sneak in for a single. No room whatsoever from the fielders. Pressure climbing now, you would feel here, Davis.
I think it's a little bit too early for the pressure to start climbing. You just reckon that Sridip Mangela, the quality of skill set that he does possess, this should be an inning tailor-made for him. Knock the ball around. He'll probably look to squat a runner ball at the start. Put together a partnership. It's that passage of the game. 2 deliveries to end the power play.
Goes cheeky, but doesn't get enough timing. Make that 5 dot balls. I would love to see Isaac Danladi closing off this over with one outside off and a little bit quick to bring, of course, that slip in play. Who start off with a maiden is Isaac Danladi.
And that is the 10th maiden of the ILT20 Continental Cup, powered by Fancode. Uganda 29 for 3 after 6. Highlights, not much there. Started off with a leg by, went down for 4 runs. Thick outside edge from Simon Sesazi, got squeaky boundary. But more importantly, some fine work. That wasn't the one, but there was a lot of fine work in the field by the Nigerians. Peter House started things off, and there it was, a fantastic catch. Followed that up. Wide delivery, went for 4 runs, but this was the moment. Managed to trap 2 batters back to back for LBW. That was a big wicket. Riazat Elisha attempted to sweep a delivery that was not there to be swept. Farewell ball yet again from Sylvester Okpe. The captain is leading from the front. Full delivery there. Easy pickings for Mangela. He hits that to mid-wicket. A lot of uncertainty there by the batters in terms of communicating. Running between wickets has been an issue. But there is a change in the commentary box. Bob Songa takes a break. And I welcome Tawanda Eli.
A fantastic afternoon, Davis. What a start by Nigeria. A very brilliant start, great use of the power play. Despite it not going to the advantage when they were supposed to have only 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. And they've done well to keep Uganda quiet. 32 for 3. And Sylvester, 2 wickets to his name, into his second over. Halfway through it. 2 new batters at the crease. Will take time to try and get things going here. Danish Kumar Nakrani is a brilliant hitter for Uganda. Really only was quite outstanding, I'd say, in the first game with the bat. Still yet to see his additions, but we know how dangerous he is with the ball. First work down.
You reckon it's basically a good passage of play for Uganda. They've recognized that they simply need to knock the ball around. You have to get 6-7 runs and over. Try and muscle some momentum back their way. And they do exactly that. 6 singles in the over. Do not think Nigeria will mind that. And with that single brings an end to the 7th. Uganda 35 for 3. Looking at the batting card there, Simon Sesazi scored 14 of 16. Pedestrian knock from Robinson Obuya, 9 of 11. Sridip Mangela is out there on 3 of 10. Riazat Alisha went for an early shower without troubling the scorers. Dinesh Nakrani, 3 of 4. Nigeria, the bowling card, the pick of the bowlers there is their captain Sylvester Okpe. He's picked up 2 wickets, conceding 10 runs in his 2 overs. But there's able support from Peter Aho. He's picked up 1 wicket for 7 runs in his 2 overs. Just looking at the new frame, the Ugandan dugout, something they would not be very accustomed to. Of those four players there, 2 of them are out, including their leading run scorer Robinson Obuya alongside the captain Riyazat Alisha. It's not getting any easier as on the wicket, the man that has just bowled the maiden, the 10th maiden of the tournament, Isaac Danladi, is still operating from the airport end.
You spoke of an early shower. Isn't it for those that have failed it first?
Turn and bounce there from Isaac Danladi. Oh, good to see some patches off the wicket.
That's a huge turn. Just well played on the second time around. Shrindip Mangela. Decent effort with the bat in the last one. He would want to do better here with his team were reasonably on the back foot. Scoring at a mere 5.1. And the power play where they're a little bit more explosive, Uganda. 37 runs on the board. Losing 3 wickets. Looking to cut that one. Quick single taken. Close. Danladi trying to rip the bails off. Just wasn't aware where how far he was from the wicket. He thought he was there. Could do it with that no-look run out. But he was just 1 foot away.
Simply driven down there to long on, but you feel if there was ever a man in that Ugandan dugout that would want the wicket in this kind of situation, Sridip Mangela is the tailor-made batter based on his skill set and his ability to rotate strike.
Oh, almost playing it straight into the wicket keeper's hands. I think it went there, then it popped out. Danladi will look at his wicket keeper. Have a look at that. Edging it into the keeper's hand. Solomon Ranshaw loses that one. Missed out opportunity. Beaten. What a way to end the over. 8 overs done. 39 for 3. Sun is out. Shining bright here at the Kahanga. Quite overcast it was in the morning. We still have some clouds up there as you can see. But the sun is shining beautifully. Baking that surface. And should be good for batting.
The happy of the 2 dugouts, led by, of course, the coach of that team, the Yellow Greens, Stephen Chikolo. Best batsman never to have played Test cricket, you would say. He's a cricketing legend in the African circles, played in 5 World Cups. He's a former coach of the Cricket Cranes from Uganda. Now with the Nigerian Yellow Greens, run out opportunity. And that's given. Another miscommunication which amounts to a run out that involves Dinesh Nakrani. A bit casual going back, you would think, from Sridip. But Uganda lose their 4th.
Let's have a close look at that. Trying to steal a single, sent back. The throw is good. He thought he was back in. But it was well thrown directly onto the stumps. And he has to take a walk back. Pretty much ran himself out, you would say. Unnecessarily. Sridip Mangela has to go without making much of an impact in the game. The woos continue for Uganda. 39 for 4.
The man in your frame, obviously, is Rindib Magela. Last time out, he scored 62. Totally new day today. He's been sent back for only 5 or 13 balls. But with his demise, in walks the wicket-keeper batter for Uganda. Last time around, he was opening the batting. But he walks out at number 6 with a huge job to do. They simply need to put a partnership together. It's the wickets column that they need to take care of at this point.
I don't think even our director could have written this script where Uganda will be 39 for 4. A lot of hearts will be pounding, especially in the Ugandan camp, as to what's happening. Working it leg side, gets off the mark is Fred. But just to think of it, if this is to continue on this pathway where it will go Nigeria's way, it will be an interesting table. Would have, of course, Uganda will still be at the top, but I tell you what, it will be very, very interesting how teams will be lined up.
Dinesh Nakrani, he's hard enough. Gets a very full delivery, and this time bounces on that one, walks it to that extra cover boundary, clears that into the embankment. Much needed. Breaks the shackles.
No, you don't bowl there. And his arc. The field is up. Hitting it with the wind. Goes aerial. Finds the grass bank.
Sylvester guilty of bowling that a bit too wide and too full. He's had a lot of success bowling a lot straighter, attacking all 3 stumps. That delivery will tell you so. The one delivery bowled wide and full, Dinesh Nakrani has made him pay heavily.
Now, it was hit to a lot of people, but it seems as if no one can find it. We have to get another. We have to get another cherry back into play. Smiling. He's a happy man. His team is on top. 4 wickets have fallen, 2 to his name. Now the 2 courtesy for a run out within the over that he's bowling. Some notes being shared there by the 12th man. Now have a look at them. 2 brothers, they'll read them. The 4 wickets that have fallen so far, as we take a look at the highlights there. Trying to go aerial, Robinson Obuya. Great take by the man that's bowling. Going across the line. Finds himself LBW, not once but twice. And then an excellent piece of fielding. Karim Ridwan in the action. Right on the line.
I've received a lot of criticism for having thought that I feel the Ugandan T20 unit need to play an extra batter to bat just before Riyazat. I feel Riyazat comes a couple of overs too early at number 4. Today was 4. He walked in the power play. Yet you feel if another batter batted at that number 4, it allows Riyazat to walk in at a time whereby it's slightly beyond the building phase, but it's a phase whereby he can literally do the finishing of the job, which he's been tremendous at.
Still a good over. 7 runs from it, but importantly a wicket. After 9 overs, it'll be 46 for 4 for Uganda.
Correction, there is one ball to go. So the over is not complete yet. Sylvester Okpa is called back to bowl that final delivery. Very well driven down there to long off by Dinesh Nakrani. And just to confirm, that will be the end of the 9th. Uganda 47 for 4. Well, the question of the inning will be just how long Sylvester Okpe can keep the right arm of spinners bowling. Because that's where they've managed to peg Uganda back. Dinesh Nakrani a bit too full. That was a bit too full. Hits it down the fielder. At long on, that's managed to be kept to 1 run. Fred Achalam will know that he has a job to do this afternoon with bat in hand. The situation requires him to simply stay there, give Dinesh Nakrani a bit of a stand, knock it around, avoiding eating up dot balls, but knowing him, he's not that type of player. He likes to be busy. You look to sweep, look to cut, and anything he sees in his arc, especially anything full, he's a big boy that should chance his arm to go over that short, straight boundary.
Targeting the stumps. It has worked well. It got Sylvester Okpe 2 wickets. They continued on that same vein with Danladi.
Hits that with a lot of power. Width on offer there. Work to do for the field at extra cover. Excellently kept in. Allowing the batters to scamper through for 2 runs. But we've seen so far in the tournament, the spinners that have bowled as straight as possible attacking the stumps have been most successful. And you can see in Danladi's spell already, he's not conceded much because he's bowled very, very straight and looked to attack those stumps.
Great ploy. Off the pad. Well, nothing will beat that man at the moment, Sylvester Okpe. Brilliant in the field. Charged up he is. Was disappointed at the loss that they suffered against Rwanda. Expressed it quite vividly on and off the camera. But he's come with the right attitude in this game, giving his team a fair chance. Power down. And hit the sweeper. Just one. Called it a David and Goliath match. And I said that, does David have the special stone to hit Goliath today? What do you think?
I think let's just focus on the over ball. Very close, but that's adjudged wide. I don't think it was that far off from that leg stump.
Could have taken out that leg stump. Oh.
I'm not too sure about that shot because the risk is one I do not understand because there's a short fine leg fielder waiting there.
Better from Fred. Back home would say that he was buffing with that ball. 10 overs done, 53 for 4. Uganda halfway through the innings. Let's have a look at their batting card right here. Simon Sisazi, no impact today. not a big one. 14 from 16. Robinson Obuya, even worse, 9 from 11. Shrindip Mangela, you wouldn't want to mention that. 5 from 13. Riyazat Ali Shah, gone for naught. Summary.
The Nigerian bowlers, pick of the bowlers is their captain. Sylvester Okpe has gone for just 18 in his 3 overs. Peter Aho was fantastic up front, picked up 1 wicket, gone for just 7. More importantly is that look at the economy rates, they're not allowing the Ugandans quickly out of the blocks.
Going with the arm into his 4th. And they appeal. Going with the arm, pitching on leg stump, and they've continued straight down leg. Better. Just be 1.
Eli, just looking at how well or how rejuvenated the Nigerians are today after that rest day yesterday, what were you up to? Did you manage to stroll into the Kigali city centre, have a look at the convention centre, pass by the genocide memorial? What were you up to yesterday?
I'll tell you what I was up to the night before, seeing the beautiful lights of Kigali. Marvelous sight. Play through the covers just for 1. They're pushing for 2. And they won't take it. Sylvester Okpe halfway through. He's allotted 4. Inspect halfway through the last over, I beg your pardon. He has done 3.3 and 2 for 20. Punch down. Sometimes I get a feeling that Sylvester Okpe, in bowling himself out, he leaves himself short as a captain towards the latter stages. If his bowlers do come under the pump, because he loves the high pressure situation and he goes through his 4 quite quickly.
I don't think the job ever gets easy, especially for a bowling captain. The ability to find the right moment when to bring yourself on has never been easy. Even the greatest, you would say, the greatest bowling captains. Look at Pat Cummins today, captain of Australia. Daniel Vittori. These are bowling captains, but they sometimes, obviously, as human beings, do not always get it right. But I think for me, the fact that Sylvester Okpe likes to bowl in high-pressure situations shows a captain who puts his hand up and wants to be counted when it matters most. Fred Chalam takes a liking to that. I did tell you he's a big boy, and he can hit it pretty far. He gets one of those in his arc, and that's gone for a 6.
It was in the slot. The Fred Chalam just held it, sending it into a department where he really needed to be sent into the trees. An easy pick up and throw back from one of the spectators there. Gets into double figures, Fred Chalam. Goes for that sweep. And almost another opportunity. Oh my. Could have been run out there. Enough time to come back. 11 overs done. It'll be 62 for 4.
Went for the lap, you would say. Didn't get enough wood on it. Fortunately for him, then he was able to come back. But you'd want to see him play the ball a lot more on the ground. And Isaac Danladi is back for his 4th and final over of this match. It's going to be an important 6 deliveries. Dinesh Nakrani takes a liking to him. He's had enough and walks it down there right over that short straight boundary. Isaac Danladi is in disbelief. Where did that come from?
Sent into orbit. Well up and high. Good follow by the camera. Could have gone over that camera platform. Search party will be needed to look for that, because that was hit well high and had the distance. tossed up, you would say. And found it right well. He wanted it. Nakrani into the banana plantation. Disappears. Just wonder how many balls have we lost in that region. If I had a ball detector, I would go in there. I would find a nice set of cherries. Danish Kumar Nakrani moves into the 20s, 21 from 18. Fred, better strike rate, 11 from 8.
I always admire the way Dinesh Nakrani likes to look at the balls, especially the replacement balls. Knowing him, it doesn't really matter. Either the size, the color, the shape won't make a difference. As he does, if he sees it in his arc, you'll only be going one particular way, and that's big. Well, Isaac Danladi concedes a maximum on the first delivery. Should make that a 12-run over for Uganda. That's it to that vacant mid-wicket region. They scamper through, but it's just 1 run.
The biggest over so far for Uganda has been the 3rd over, where they picked up 12 runs. Apart from that, they've been kept pretty quiet by Nigeria, Uganda. Quicker, just flat batted down and a runaway for 4. Now to be runs off the bat, all considered as buys. Well, I thought that he squatted it down, otherwise it kept low. There.
How the runs come will really not matter for Uganda. They will know that they just need to stitch a partnership here.
Well, I think if I was Fred, I would really say those are my runs.
Knowing Fred, he will not really mind that. He'll just know that 4 runs have been added to the total. Such a big team man, Fred. So him in one of those games, he lost his wicket to a run out, but a run out that was a team wicket, you would have thought.
Even Danish Nakrani is telling the umpire that was squatted down. Oh, big heave. Goes leg side, helping it on its way. And that'll go all the way for 6 into the Ugandan dugout area.
It's the line down the leg side. Easy pickings there for Fred Achelam. The big boy in him manages to get enough wood. Goes right over his dugout. They will know that this is an important partnership, and they've done extremely well, scoring at a good, healthy run rate.
Well, I told you that the biggest over was for 12 runs, the 3rd over. This one, even bigger. 17 runs already off this over with 2 deliveries to go. Flashes at that one. It will curve away. The chase is on, but the ball will win. Neatly timed. 21 runs off the over.
Big final over here from Isaac Danladi. He had only gone for 10 in his first 3. But there it was. Big drive there from Fred Achelam. Finds the outside edge, but has enough to run over the boundary. It's conceded 17. When you add the 4 buys, that's 21 in this over.
That's a huge one. Inside edge.
Huge inside edge. Poorly hit the tree. But with that single, brings an end to the 12th. Uganda 84 for 4.
Having a look at the Manhattans or the skyscrapers. That one, 21 runs. The previous over that just ended, 21 from it. The other notable one would have been the third one where it went for 11. So good start from Uganda now, picking things up, the momentum courtesy of Fred Achelam. Taking on Denladi, punishing him single-handedly, you would say.
The man in your frame there, Abey Sharma, the coach of the Cricket Cranes. He'll obviously be the happy of the two right now. You feel that momentum has swung back in Uganda's favor, especially after this 45-run partnership between his wicketkeeper Bata and one of his premier all-rounders. A very important stage right now as the off-spinners are done with their quota. And the other half of the Okpe brothers, Isaac, is tasked to ball his medium pacers.
Oh. That was very close. Too close for my liking to the leg stump. Still a little bit called wide. Umpires call anything behind the batter, unless if it is over the leg stump. Squirted away, square of the wicket. Just kept to one.
Eli, that's the third time you're using the word squatted. But I think I'll focus on the cricket. Isaac Okpe has played a couple of seasons in the local league in Uganda, so he'll be reasonably familiar with these Ugandan players. He'll know a thing or two, and he'll be hoping to use that information to his advantage.
Danish Kumana Krani, 22 from 19. He would look to add a bit of momentum to that. Just punched in the air. And Sylvester operating in the covers pretty well. Loves to be in the thick of things. Nigeria would want to see the back of one of these batters trying to break this 47-run partnership. 3 short of 50.
Can see Isaac Okpe is ensuring or trying to cramp the nation Akrani for any room. He's trying to ball that on the leg side to try and get Dinesh to hit it to that big square boundary. He's considered just 2 so far off his 3 deliveries. He's doing a good job for his younger brother in Nigeria. They dropped that into that vacant mid-wicket region, but they'll settle just for 1 run. Isaac has started off his spell pretty well. Big all-rounder for these yellow greens he is. 3-dimension cricketer. He's an electric fielder. Very handy with bat in hand. But he is the leader of their bowling unit. Big player for the Nigerian yellow greens.
Well bowled. Beautiful slow delivery. Working hard is Isaac Okpe. He's only given away 2 runs from the bat. 1 was an extra to make up for the 3 in his first over. 1 more delivery to go. Down the track, meets it. And meets it with a clean hit that'll go away for 4. Magnificent stuff. Great use of the feet by Fred Achelam. Finds a much needed boundary in what had been a good over until that delivery.
And with that boundary brings up the 50-run partnership between these two. Took a leader shimmy down the wicket. He loves room outside of stump. Makes full use of that one. Much needed connection. Work to do for the young fielder down there. Miracle. Unable to keep that in. 50-run partnership between these two. Much needed for the cricket cranes. That brings an end to that over. Contributions you can see. Fred Achalam has gotten 27 in quick time, off 15 balls. Dinesh Nakrani 19 of 14.
Beautiful view that you have there.
Speaking views, Eli. It goes without saying that there will be a very big event here in Kigali on Friday evening. The Formula One Awards will be happening on African soil for the very first time, as Formula One look to cement their intentions of having a race on the continent. And no better place to host the awards than in Kigali.
If you speak of Formula One, there's a friend of ours who's always in the commentary box, Dennis Musali. I'm sure you would have loved to attend those. Big motorsport fan. Just finds the single. Yeah, if you don't know Formula One, for those that are only cricket fans, it's that sport that many watch on TV, watching several cars run around in rings and circles.
Run around. Your choice of words. Well, I just stick to the cricket. But that was on the lighter note. Back to the business here at the Gahanga Cricket Stadium. Peter Aho has continued to operate his back for his second spell.
Cracked away. Maru hit the sweeper. I don't understand people who spend hours, 24 laps of a car going around in a ring like a snake. But anyway, each to his own.
Similar line of reasoning for many others when they ask us about cricket. But you and I know just how beautiful and addictive this game is. But this afternoon is about Uganda and Nigeria. Dinesh Nakrani takes a little shimmy down the wicket. Hits that down to long on. Isaac Okpe is that kind of player that is always in the action.
I love the great use of feed by Nakrani, trying to escalate things, add momentum, because they're being bogged down. Singles, yes, they're finding them, but they need boundaries. A lot of them, you'd say. Trying to give himself room, trying to add impetus, misses one by giving himself room outside leg stump. Fred Achalam misses one, and Peter Awo strikes. He'll pick up his second wicket. Nigeria into the wickets column again.
Full and straight delivery there. Fred Achalam give himself room. Not too sure about that right now, especially because they put together a partnership. And the sole reason why Sylvester Okpe would have asked Peter out to come back was to try and break that partnership, which he does. Fred Achalam is sent back to a quick fire 28 of 17. He's added impetus in this Ugandan inning. Much needed. You feel that Uganda at this particular point will be the happy of the two. They will feel they have recovered. And in walks Pascal Murungi, the third Ugandan under-19 captain to ever take Uganda to the World Cup. He is from that class of 2022. But he knows that he'll have a job to do. He just needs to put together a partnership alongside the more experienced Dinesh Nakrani and look to bat to the 15th, 16th over.
.94 for 5. Picking up a wicket was important for Nigeria here. Just throwing a spanner into the hard work that Uganda had done in that 53-run partnership they just broke. Punch down, but into the covers.
Good start, you would say, from the young Pascal Murungi. Have just been notified that anticipation for that Formula One track or Formula One race in Africa, been notified that that racetrack will not be too far from here. It will be within Gahanga. So Gahanga is turning out to be a sporting spectacle on the continent.
I wouldn't have picked a better place from what I've seen so far. There's great space, great views. Definitely it'll be one of the most beautiful sights for Africa. Coming to the end of the 14th, it'll be 95 for the loss of 5 wickets. And we'll be changing the voices in the commentary box. Man who loves motorsport will step away. And we'll bring in a cricketer. Bob Sunga Bashir will join me for the remaining 6 overs of the Ugandan innings. Pascal Murungi, I believe, has been given an opportunity to show his efforts with the bat here. He was already off with 1. He's got 6 overs to make an impact. How much more can Uganda add on here? They're pretty much on the back foot, but they've clawed their way back into this. Oh, tries to pull one. Comes off the arm. He has to run hard and gets over. Leg byes will be signaled by the umpire. Dug in short and came off his shoulder. That will sting a bit. Isaac Danladi doesn't have that much pace. Of course he can bowl a quicker one, but that was not quite quick. Unfazed, Pascal Murungi. Bobshir, how many more should Uganda add here with 6 overs to go?
Thank you, Eli. As we see, of course, Isaac Okpe back into the attack. Fall into the pads from the experienced Isaac Okpe. How many more was the question? I'll tell you. The last time I was there in the commentary box, it was 29 for 3. Uganda finding themselves in all sorts of bother, having lost, of course, 3 big wickets. And they have managed to add 66 to the total, moving at 9 runs and over. Shows you the depth in their squad. Middle order batsmen contributing again for their side.
Yeah, they've managed to cruise around 6.8 and over. And this should take them to around 136. But I get a feeling if they can get 10 and over from here on, they put up 150 or 160. And they should be able to defend that. It should give their bowlers something to defend. That's how these two should be thinking right now.
Change of pace again from Isaac Okpe. Deceiving that man, Dinesh Kumar Nakrani, who is now on 26. Striking it at 100. Of course, yeah, Eli, given that Alpesh Ramjan is still out there, padded already. This is a man we're talking about who can easily get that 28 in an over. With, of course, that man, Pascal Murungi, trying to make sure Dinesh Nakrani, who's been out there for quite some time, to face more deliveries. In the arc, up and over. Dinesh Nakrani, who loves pace on. This time round, Isaac Okpe bowls it a little bit quicker on that occasion, and he gets that treatment he deserved.
Joseph Paguma, can we borrow your ball that you're playing with there? Because that one has been launched away, up high and away by a man who's striking it clean into the zone. Slow delivery, picked up very, very well. And away it went over the pavilion. 32 from 27. As the 100 comes up. Down the track, caught and bowled. What a reflex catch from Isaac Okpe. Would you believe that? After being sent for 6, the previous delivery, trying to come down the track, changes his mind, decides to punch it down and straight to the bowler, who has the presence of mind to just stretch out his hand and it gets stuck.
Look at that on the replay, taking a little shimmy, trying to get a single 2, keep strike. And that man bringing out that basket hand. We'll have to look at that hand of his if he has no glue.
Now, great catch. Good reflex. And it stuck. And that 6 that he was hit earlier on, he won't mind that It won't hurt because he picks up his wicket. Danish Kumar Nakrani gone for 32 from 28. Striking 3 sixes. He has to depart. Uganda 104 for the loss of 6.
You would feel, of course, for that man, Dinesh Nakrani, he's made a very huge impact in this fixture. The first innings with the bat, having had, of course, that partnership with Fred Achelaman, the wicketkeeper batsman, trying, of course, to stabilize the innings after the loss of 4 wickets in no time.
Into the last 5. Abdul Mumuni Muhammad brought back to finish off. He's alerted and pulls away. Alpesh Ramjan is the new man that walks in to partner Pascal Murungi. Four wickets remaining. Nigeria, they're up in song. They understand that they have a slight advantage over. But you have 2 capable batters out in the middle. One already has a half century in this tournament. Another one, a youngster looking to prove a point. Looking to run down that to third man. Understands that third man is up in the circle. So there's that region just between short third and point that he's trying to target. Just punching it straight to point. If Uganda are able to up the tempo a bit here, get maybe 50 or 60 runs, I still believe that they can be able to put up a fight with that. But however, Nigeria, if they're able just to consistently bowl top balls, they can have them here around the 130 or 125 mark. Quick single taken. No one backing up. Dunladi gives up the effort to put in the throw.
I love the fact that that man changing ends, of course, Mohamed Taiwo. He has not tried to bowl it quicker on that occasion, knowing that these two love pace on.
Next batter to come in, Cosmos Cheuta. Still got his shades on. Looking calm with Henry Sinyondo as well.
Remember that name, Cosmos Cheuta. See ball, hit bowler. That's that man there in shades. Very good over here from Mohamed Taiwo. But again, you'd feel for that leg break. Ridwan Abdul Karim, who we are yet to see into the attack. At some stage, I would have felt to see that man come in when Fred Achelaman and Nakrani were batting. He was operating with an off break, the captain himself. To the left-hander, you would understand the reasons, because he will be turning it away from him. But again, I would have loved Ridwan to bowl to Achelaman to see if he doesn't allow them to get that partnership of 50 down the leg side on that occasion from Mohamed Taiwo. The beauty, of course, of bowling at the left-hand, right-hand combination. Straying down. You would feel for that youngster, Ridwan. With the way, of course, we saw in the first game, the wicket giving some patches to the spinners. It's now that man, Alpesh Ramjani, to get his team to that 150 into the pads flicked. Flicked straight to the field, a short fine leg. They take another single at these two. Very good over it is from Mohamed Taiwo.
It's a good over. Needs to finish off well. 2 deliveries remaining here. Keeping Uganda quiet. They have 2 new batters. It's going according to plan here. Just looking again to target that area, but good running. They get through, scampering through, just to pick up another single. 3 singles in this over and 1 extra So it's a good one. Still trying to have a feel of things. Assessing conditions are the two new batters there for Uganda. That's why they're not going big. Maybe in the next one or in the 17th, that's when they'll try and escalate things.
You would feel again for these two batsmen, Alpesh and Pasco. You would understand they've given themselves this over to play out and see the conditions and try and accelerate in the last 4 overs. And with that single, we come to the end of the 16th. It is 109 for 6, Team Uganda.
Let's take a look at the batting card for Uganda. Now they've gone about business in the previous 16 overs. Simon Sisazi 14 from 16, Robinson Obuya 9 of 11, Shundip Mangela 5 from 13, Rizalia Chak on for naught. Then in the middle order, it's Danish Kumana Krani with a valiant 32 from 28.
The bowling chart there from Nigeria, led by the captain Sylvester Okpe, bringing himself in the 4th over, picking up 2 big wickets, going for only 27, and his partner there, Isaac Danladi's quarter went for 28. Very crucial for 8 overs from the spinners to make sure they don't get hit a couple of runs in between. It's going to be that man, Isaac Okpe, to operate from the pavilion end. Up against the man who loves hitting it downtown. Change of pace straight away into the pads. A quick single taken from these two. What a gem of a player he is, Isaac Okpe, always contributing with ball and with bat for his side. They would love him, of course, to get one of these two.
Isaac Okpe 1 from 16 from 2.1 overs. Slow delivery, picked up well. And that'll go with the wind. Magnificent strike from Pascal Murungi. It was in the zone, in the arc, and needed to be sent away. A half-tracker, you would say, and duly punished.
Oh, what a shot there from young Pasco, shuffling across, allowing him to access the onside and getting much better connection, going all the way for a maximum. What a blow.
A big blow. It's been sent into the road right next to us here. And it goes into another property. But that was a great strike. He had the decency to put it away. Being tested, the young man. An opportunity for him to go big here and put some runs on the board and show his efforts. Ball has been retrieved. Pascal is well sorted. Has managed to fix whatever was amiss. Goes square this time. Now almost making a fumble out of it. But is able to recover out in the deep there. Alpesh Ramjani will be back on strike. Score 3 of 3. We know he can hit a big one as well. He'll be looking to tear off.
Young Pasco Murungi allowing now Alpesh to also have a go at Isaac Okpe. Already 8 runs are coming off at the first 3 deliveries. How many more can they add? Flicked. A beast that fielder who chips in a diver. Almost taking another stunner. They will scamper for 2 runs.
Now great diving effort there. Almost just playing it straight to short fine leg there. Clipping it off the pads. Great dive. 10 from the over with 2 deliveries to go here. Tad bit expensive, you would say, for Isaac Okpe. Can he finish off with 2 dots or a wicket? And he'll be happier. Uganda will be looking to tear off as well. Pascal continues to have trouble with his apparatus. Slower delivery, but leg side, that'll be wide. An extra added. 120 comes up for Uganda. Trying to target that leg stump. I was hoping that maybe he could clip it again to short fine. So that was deliberate plan. Because the previous one almost missed by just a few inches. Offside this time. They scamper back into the crease there, trying to steal one. Uganda will breathe a short sign of relief. They've gotten to 120. How many more can they add in the 3 remaining overs after this delivery? Leg side again worked, single taken. And that'll end the 17th. It'll be 1-2-1 for 6 after 17 overs. Right, 3 overs to go. How many can they get here, Bob?
160, I reckon, if they can, of course, go at a scoring rate of 11 plus runs and over moving forward in the last, of course, 18 deliveries.
All right, 160 is what Bob is going with here. Let's see how close they can get to that. And the block hole, quick single taken, good running. Now yet one off the first delivery. Every deliver will matter here going forward. Runs will matter for Uganda. Dot balls will be important for Nigeria.
122 for 6. Exactly the same number of sixes hit in this ILT20 Continental Cup powered by Fancode. Match day 7, game number 14. It's that man, Peter Awo, for the first time. We're seeing him finishing his quarter.
Cracked away. But straight to Ubo, who takes a magnificent catch in the covers. And Pascal Murungi had laced that one with so much power that it went flying into the covers. But a well-placed fielder, Inifenyu Ubo, makes a big catch.
Full on that occasion. Not enough timing. But what a catch there at covers. The Yellow Greens in the field have been electric, very outstanding, taking every catch that has been offered by the batsmen. It's that young man, Pascal Murungi, yet again, spraying it at 100, 11 off 11, with that maximum, of course, who takes the long way back to the dugout.
Pascal goes for 11. And in comes Cosmos Chota. And we'll be hoping for another impact performance from him. But good play by Nigeria, understanding the situation, slowing things down was Peter Awo, and provides a vital breakthrough. As Uganda now 122 for 7.
It's that man who joins Alpeshram Jani, Cosmas Cheuta, well known of Choto, of course, back in his country. It's the man who haunted Team Nigeria on that game where they thought they could win that game. Pull off a haste. Cosmas Cheuta came in with the other thoughts. Smell the leather, young man, says Peter Aho. What a way to welcome the new batsman.
No quicker delivery. Understanding that this is the business end. Dug in short. And he went for that pull shot. Not sure that he expected that one so early up. It's always interesting when you see pace bowlers fire one at each other, knowing that you're yet to come to bat. Short again. That's well placed. Not before. He strikes it well. Cosmos Cheuta keeps it down into a vacant mid-wicket region, targeting the shorter side of the boundary.
Shot on that occasion, but inside the body, allowing Cosmos Cheuta to get some bat on it. To get off the back in style. Another big blow, of course, spoiling his figures is Peter Aho, but you would feel he is trying to cramp Cosmos Cheuta for room.
Right, 5 runs from the over. You say they need about 11 and over from here going forward. If they can get to 15, they would be much happier. 2 deliveries to go. What's the plan going forward here? Cosmos already 4 from 2.
He would love, of course, Cosmos Cheuta get another boundary in these last 2 deliveries.
Oh, looking to get the bat underneath that one. Quickly sent back by Ramjani. Top ball. This is important. 1 more delivery to go.
A very good bowling here from Peter Aho. He would love to close off his quarter in style. He has already gone for 16 in his 3.5. Bringing out, of course, all the experience he possesses. Coming, of course, at the stage where batsmen want to hit him out of the ground. He has already conceded only 5 in his last over, picking up a wicket. Would love to close off.
Takes it down the track. Now hit Abdul Mumuni at long off to complete the over. So it'll be 18 overs done. Uganda will be 1-2-7 for 7.
And he finishes, of course, with figures of 3 for 17 in his 4 overs is Peter Aho. Mohamed Taiwo changing ends again, coming now from the pavilion end. Up again is Cosmos Cheuta, but you would feel for the Yellow Greens that they've made sure they've kept Alpesh Ramjani off strike for quite some time now. They'll have to ball more dot balls at Cosmos Cheuta, creating room and misses it completely. Starting off with a dot ball, much needed here for the Yellow Greens.
No, he felt it was in the arc, went for it. Little dance at the crease there, trying to get the bowler to follow him. And this is an important over. The big one, number 19. How many they get here will set up how things will go or finish for Uganda. Big swing and a miss. Good ball. Well bowled. Maybe, just maybe, Cosmos needs to find that single. Bring Alpesh Ramjani on strike.
Very good change of pace there from the experienced Mohamed Taiwo. Every Ugandan would love to see, of course, Cosmos Cheuta allowing Alpesh Ramjani to have a go.
Yep, looks for the single. And they get it. Just get 1. So halfway through the over. 1 run given.
A little bit of hesitation there from that young man, Ridwan. He wasn't even in the frame, is Alpesh, but you could feel the frustration he wants to face. He wants to have a go at Mohamed Taiwo.
Right, left-hander on strike here. Abdul Mumuni Mohammed needs to have a different strategy for him. Here we go. 9 deliveries to go. Margo ball. Pace off. Targeting the fourth stump region. Nothing to work with. Dot ball. Nigeria will become louder and louder in the field because they know how important this over is.
Very good bowling at the back end of the innings from the Yellow Greens. You would see from the last 10 deliveries they've managed to go for only 7 runs. Another dot ball.
Swing and a miss. While everybody trying to go big on Abdul Muhammad Mamun has been failing. Because 4 dot balls that he has here, they've tried to go big on him. Both of them, Cosmos and Alpesh. They're failing to make the connection with bat and ball. 1 given away with a delivery to go. With an offer, cracked away. And that'll be for a release shot. Slightly, Uganda will feel better, finishing the 19th on 132 for 7. But it's a good over. Only 5 given away in the 19th.
With an offer there, slightly slow on the occasion, allowing him to free his arms. Beating, of course, that man in the deep. 1 bounce of 4. Much needed boundary there for Team Uganda. And 32 for 7 after 19. We're into the last 6 deliveries of the first innings.
You spoke of 160. Can they get 30 from here?
It's that man, Alpesh Ramjani. Not the first time we've seen him getting 20 plus runs in an over.
But he won't be facing. It'll be Cosmos who's facing. Important discussions they're having there out in the middle. Isaac Okpe will be the one to bowl the last over here. He's changed ends. Coming through from the airport end. Sylvester Okpe marshalling his troops in terms of the field set. As a cow corner. Long on, long off. As a sweeper on the offside. Well, they remove the car corner. Goes into a square leg region position there. So everybody pretty much is on the offside. Long on, long off. Square on dip point, dip backward point. There'll be a short third and short fine. Everything has to be outside off stump here.
Expect, of course, that man Isaac Okpe to ball quick and outside off.
Big one. Magnificent strike. Catch it as the call. It'll find the scoreboard. Great start to the over. Cosmos finally finds one from the middle of the bat. Sends it up and high.
And with that maximum, Eli, I'll give you a chance to give us your target here. Missing his line on the occasion. 100 from Cosmos Cheuta.
My friend, that won't be a get out of jail free card. You called 160. Here we go. Second delivery. Big heave. Thick outside edge. It'll fall over. Shot third and run away for 4. Already 10 off the first 2 here. It doesn't matter how they come, they say, as long as they keep coming the runs. A huge heave outside off stump. Found the toe end of the bat. Fell over. Shot third and ran away for 4. Discussions again. Where do we go? Right, 142 now is up. No long off, but this third goes big again. And this one will be taken. A little bit of a juggle and a kick away from Isaac Danladi for completing that catch. So Isaac has the last laugh, although he's not smiling in your picture, but he's picked up the wicket of Cosmos Cheuta.
Change of pace again, outside offer from from Isaac Okpe, holding out that man in the deep, a deep extra cover who takes an easy catch is Isaac Danladi. That little cameo from Cosmas Cheuta comes to an end, but you'd feel him. He has done enough for his side. 2 boundaries and a maximum. Making sure they have something to bowl at is Team Uganda.
Right. 10 runs in the wicket of the first 3. Now the last over here. How will the last 3 fare off? Frank Nsubuga is the new man that walks in. He will be on strike. Will he look for a single and bring Alpesh Ramjani on strike, or will he look to go for it as well?
Of course, we would expect him to go from ball 1 is Frank Nsubuga.
Cuts it away and cuts it well. Reader 1 can't get there. It'll be 4 runs. So 14 runs of the first 4 deliveries of this over. It'll be fist bumps between the 2 batters. 146 up. Cut away neatly and nicely, bisecting the 2 fielders. Nearly a collision between the 2. Salim Salal and Karim Ridwan failing to keep that one into play.
Just a hit away from that 150 back from Team Uganda. What a big over this is turning out to be.
Can they find another big one here? 2 deliveries to go. Cut away again in front of square this time. It'll hit the fielder. It'll just be 1. Now Pesh Ramjani will face the last delivery of the ILT20. 147 is where Uganda are now with 1 ball to go.
And with that man to face the last delivery, he would love to get one over the ropes. To make sure they cross, of course, that 150.
So 15 runs after 5 deliveries that were early up in this over. 1 more ball to go. Changes in the field. Another off side that is strongly packed. 3rd man, deep backward point. Cover on the boundary is a sweeper, long off. Everyone on the leg side is inside the circle. Here we go. Cracked away straight down. And he'll hit the boundary. He'll finish off with the 4. The 150 will come up. They will breathe a sign of relief as Uganda finish on 151 for 8 in 20. It'll be a good total to defend, I feel. Is it what they were targeting? No, it wasn't. But they have clawed their way back in here as Uganda, showing the depth that they have towards the latter stages.
Those 2 will be, of course, the happiest. Walking back to the dugout. They see the batting shot of Team Uganda. Simon Tesazi falling for his 14 and nothing much from Robinson Obuya and Tridip Mangela. And the captain going for a golden duck. But those 2, Dinesh Nakrani Kumar and Fred Achelaman, putting on a very good partnership. Dinesh going for 32 and Fred for his 28. And that little cameo from Cosmas Chauta alongside Alpesh Ramjani.
That's Nigeria's bowling card there. The pick of the bowlers will be Peter Ao, picked up 3 for 17 in his allotted 4. Sylvester Okpe and his brother Isaac Okpe with 2 pieces of wickets apiece there. 16 extras they added. Nigeria 151 for 8 is what Uganda were able to score off them. Have a look at the highlights so far of this innings of Uganda. Started out a bit streaky, fortunate in some occasions as they found boundaries. Simon Sisazi took the charge and Robinson Obuya got 1 big one, but however couldn't hit this one cleanly as he was caught from a brilliant piece of fielding. And Sylvester Okpe offered a few freebies here and there, but struck quite early twice, picking up very big wickets there. And there was a brilliant piece of fielding. Run out on that occasion was Tridip Mangela trying to steal one, until Denish Kumar Nakrani came onto the field of play with Fred Achalam. They had a number of reasonably big hits that they were able to pull back Uganda, who were pinned against the wall, and they found brilliant pieces of boundaries aiding them here, sending it all over the park until it was just one hit too many. But Fred Echela struck it clean. And then he gave himself too much room on that occasion, and he was bowled. And a brilliant piece of fielding from Isaac Okpe. But however, the hits continued. Uganda continued to find their way back here. Pascal Murungi out to a brilliant piece of fielding again. Found gaps towards the latter stages with Cosmos Cheuta striking a few very big blows, both off and leg side. But however, in the end, he aided with some brilliant hits and was caught out in the deep trying to go up and over again. A little bit too late, you would say. And they finished off with that boundary, hitting straight down to finish on 151. Uganda will be in a better position. We'll be back shortly for the chase. Welcome back. That's how Uganda fared out there in this ILT20 Continental Cup powered by Fancode. Danish Kumana Kroni's efforts of 32 from 28 will be the standing out again, with Fred Achelam's 28 from 17. Then Simon Sesazi's 14 from 16. Alpesham Johnny chipped in with 15 from 11, as well as Cosmos Chouta's knockoff 16 from 10 to get to what would be a very defendable score of 151 for 8. Nigeria's bowling efforts there. 3 people who stand out: Sylvester Okpe and Isaac Okpe with 2 wickets apiece. And then Peter Au stand out with 3 for 17 in 4 overs. Brilliant. Maraeva, you feel that Isaac was a little bit expensive, going for more than 10 and over, 11 to be specific. Now it's time for the chase for Nigeria with their 2 openers. Solomon Ranshaw, the man in your picture wearing the jersey number 7. He will be the one facing young, talented wicketkeeper batter. Cosmos Chouta will be opening from the pavilion end. My name is Tawanda Eli. If you're just joining us, it's a good afternoon wherever you're watching this podcast from around the world. Joined up first in the commentary box by Davis Karajani, who's donned that jersey of yellow and touch of red and white. Afternoon, Davis.
Good afternoon to you, Eli.
151. What do you think?
Thinking at the halfway stage, Uganda will feel the happy of the two sides. They'll feel they got out of jail there. Nigeria had them on the cards at about 29 for 3. The end of that power play, you felt that Nigeria at that point had built a certain amount of momentum. The voices on the field were pretty high. But that mid order yet again of Uganda being put to test, and I reckon that was a test very well passed.
And definitely they were on the back foot. 47 runs were scored in the last 5 overs of that Ugandan innings. Really on the back foot. They won 104 after 15. And off the mark is Solomon Ranshaw, finding one that just helps it down leg side to get off the mark.
Starts off by bowling that a bit too straight to Ranshaw's liking. There is no deep fine leg that allows the Nigerian ranchers to get underway. Bit surprised they've gone with the first bowler based on how well this opening pair looks to smash fast bowlers. Always felt that the option of bowling the slow bowlers early up against Nigeria must have been in Riyazat's mind. Peter straight yet again. That may not be the line. That obviously will not be the line that Riyazat Ali Shah will want Cosmos to bowl at back-to-back boundaries. The Nigerian ranches is fully underway.
Again, straying down leg side with fine leg up inside the circle. And that could only go one way. 4 runs it is.
Nigeria require 144 runs off 118 balls. Very possible this equation is. The bigger question right now for those men in yellow and red is just how long Riyazat Ali Shah can wait to bring on his spinners.
Edged and taken. What a comeback. Brilliant start from Cosmos Chouta. Would you believe that? 2 boundaries in the first 2. Then on the third one, finds that channel of uncertainty, and takes a magnificent nick and goes flying straight into the wicketkeeper's hands.
Perfect length and an even better perfect line. Cramped Runchewe for any kind of room, and he could only get a feather onto that. He's gone for 8 of 3 balls.
Oh, he'll be forgiven, Cosmos Chouta, for the first 2 boundaries that he conceded, because he comes up with a beauty, a gem of a delivery to dismiss Solomon Ranshaw. Nigeria 8 for 1.
Perfect delivery from the right arm fast bowler. Top of off stump. Manages to find that outside edge. I don't think Runshaw should feel so hard done. With that dismissal, I thought he got a good delivery. And with that dismissal, in walks Miracle. We did see him play in that last game, the match game number 6. Stands far down the leg side. Gives himself a lot of room.
Yeah, right on leg stump. And so he takes his guard. But what a start from this man. And this is how you reply. This is how you make amends for a bad start. Leg side again. And it's worked well. Now to pierce the field and run away for 4. A seesaw affair. Started badly. Came back with a beauty. And gives away another boundary.
The perfect delivery. Face first up. Down the leg side. And Miracle simply walks it. Gets enough butt onto that one. Bittersweet kind of over here for Uganda. Whereas they picked up that prize wicket of one of the openers. Considered 12 runs already after just 4 deliveries.
Again, leg side. Struggling with his line here is Kusma Shiota. Really straying leg side. It's becoming an expensive over despite picking up a wicket in it. 13 that he has given away.
You just see him at that point of his gather. And gets into that gather of right before he bowls. The head seems to be falling away. And perhaps pushing the body. That arm forcing him to bowl the ball far down the leg side. Much better line. Good response. Good comeback delivery from Cheuta Cosmos. You'll want to see him bowl a lot more upright. Look at that replay. Just falls away just a tad more onto the left, what you would have called the left side of his body.
It's a good comeback. He needs to operate around that region. That's where the money is. If you find that zoning on that and consistently hit that line, consistency and discipline. Better. Finishes the over. And evenly balanced. 13 runs from it. Nigeria need those, but they importantly pick a wicket as Uganda. First over done. 13 for 1. Right, what you've cried out for. Spin being brought into the attack quite early. Frank Nsubuga will be given the new ball coming from the airport end. He'll bowl the second over. Remember, you can only have 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. It'll be very important to see how he places them. He has a sweeper on the offside. And then he has long off. And the rest. Yeah. Deep mid wicket, I beg your pardon. And long on. And what he has. Salim Salah yet to get off the mark, yet to face a delivery. Facing a very tidy spinner. Looking to punch top ball.
Frank Suga bowls very, very straight. You look to try and attack those stumps. Try and get batters either ball or OLBW. And there it is, about 4th stump. It's not an easy customer to get away.
Salim Salah has an important innings to play here. He's the 3rd leading run scorer in this tournament with 165 runs. Oh, edged. And it falls just wide-ish of that point region.
You just look at how Salim seems to set himself up in his stance. Gets that front foot out of the way. That will give an indication that he wants to free his arms. Get anything very full and goes over that infield.
Crunched. Straight. And he pierces the field, finds the boundary. It'll sort of ease the pressure, settle his nerves.
That's well struck. Straight down the ground as a dead state. Anything full, because his left foot is out of the way, he'll be able to free his arms, try to hit anything down that wicket.
Beautifully come back from Frank. He's a man that can handle the pressure. He knows how much Nigeria need this. But also, Uganda would want to continue their perfect start. Good over, 4 runs from it. 2 overs done. It'll be 17 for 1.
Cosmos Chauta, the man in your frame, will continue to operate from the pavilion end. He'll be looking to better his last over, try and go for a lot more fewer runs. Block all there, they scamper through for a single. Yes, they do make it comfortably home and dry. I've seen this tactic quite often, especially when Nigerians are batting. They like to drop and run. They're very good athletes. In the block hole, Ali called there for a single. And with that single brings Salau on strike. Last time round against Cosmos, he did pretty well. Especially he fed on anything that was bowled to him wide. Him and Nigeria will be hoping for any kind of similar result. Nigeria will know that they want to get out of the blocks reasonably quickly if they're to have a chance of chasing down that 150 mark set by Uganda. It appears to be a clearly set plan not to bowl width to these Nigerian batters. Plan you'd say that has worked so far.
Salim Salau trying to work out how he can navigate this power play, especially with this man coming through, trying to do better. Thick outside edge. Down to third man for just 1. Maybe that's the way to go. Throw everything that you have at it and hope for the best.
It's not the world's worst plan. Especially the field restrictions still on. 2 men out of the ring. You get 1 or 2 over the infield and perhaps you might send some shivers into this Ugandan bowling unit.
It'll be a good test, but so far Cosmos has done well. He went for 13 in the first one and has only given away 2 in his second over. It's really a tough thing for a bowler. You're only given 4 overs to make an impact. Again, worked away. Beats the fielder. They scamper easily for 2. Oh, that's just 1, I beg your pardon. Miracle keep it still fairly new into T20 eyes. 3 matches to his name. Still yet to make an impact with the bat. 9 runs in total that he has. So this is an opportunity for him to really make a name for himself. If he can see his team over the line, that will be a huge impact. Crouched. That's through the offside. The chase will be on, but I tell you what, that ball will win that race. Not coming from the middle of the bat, but had enough on it from the edge to get through the covers.
Full delivery allows the batter some width, and he throws the kitchen sink at it. Pierces that gap there. Much needed boundary, you will think. Nigeria will hope that is the boundary that Salah was needing to get his inning underway. He's one of those that thrives heavily on this power play. He wants to be quickly out of those blocks. Nigeria need only 128 off 103 balls. Very gettable. Very well glided down there to third man. Good cricket, good intelligent cricket from the youngster.
Gets a boundary and rotates strike. End of the third, it'll be 25 for 1 after 3. Frank Nsubuga into his second. Only gave away 4 runs in the first over that he bowled. A very distinct difference from the other end, where runs have been leaking. Take away the 4, the rest of the 21 runs have come from the opposite end.
Back-to-back deliveries, dot balls there from Frank Nsubuga. He's bowled a total of 8 balls and conceded a run on only one of those, where it went for 4 runs. Frank Nsubuga continues stringing up a couple of dot balls, tying things up on one end. Yet another one. It's 10 deliveries bowled by Frank Nsubuga, conceded on only one of those.
Now this is the talent that Frank possesses to create pressure, and he does it with ease, like it's a simple thing to do. It's quick single, risky one taken. And that's what ends up happening when you create a string of dot balls. Risky runs are taken off you. And this is important because this is during the power play. 1 delivery to go. And you have a new batter that's come in, still trying to find or navigate his way in international T20 cricket.
With 1 delivery to go, Frank will obviously be looking to close out this over without conceding a boundary.
Almost another run out. But just 1 run off that. Brilliant piece of bowling from Frank Nsubuga. 4 overs done. It'll be 26 for 1.
And there is a bowling change from the pavilion end. Cosmos Yota takes a break and Dinesh Nakrani, one of those 3 big go-rounders for Uganda, is tasked to come on bowl this 5th, an important over. He will know that Frank has only conceded 1 run in the last one. So the Nigerian batters will be looking to make amends by taking him on.
Great thinking from Riyazat Ali Shah, the captain of Uganda. Yes, Cosmos did pick up the solitary wicket, but it's been very expensive. Oh, quick single taken. The fumble by Frank Nsubuga allows them to steal that single.
Good cricket here. Drop and run. 2 singles in a row. But I do not think the Ugandans will mind that. They will know it's just a couple of deliveries to go. Make that 10 to be exact. To get out of the power play.
And this will be key for Nigeria. Rotate strike. If they can avoid dot balls and then they can pick things up a bit, understanding the pressure that they are under. Because this is where they have struggled. When boundaries are not coming, Nigeria, they try to go the aerial route or try to fashion some new ways of scoring, and they end up losing wickets unnecessarily. Someone has to have the presence of mind just to knock the ball around a bit. Big Eve, leg side with the wind. And that's 6 runs. And they will break the shackles from Salim Salau. Finds one that he can get rid of and does it well.
Ball to the angle, slightly short delivery. Was going down the leg side, but Salim Salau figures you'll have more of just the wide. Hits it very square down there at that vacant deep square leg region. Much needed boundary there for Nigeria. It's touch and go here. It is Nigeria only need 118 off 92. Very, very gettable.
Wide. You don't need this from Uganda. You don't have much in the tank of runs to be giving away such extras. You need to be disciplined, bowl in the right areas. Already 9 runs from the over. You don't want that because they're only looking for just around 7 and over.
Good comeback delivery from Dinesh. Wonder just how long Rizat Aisha can hold back Alpesh from Jani. Especially because the Nigerian batters are seeming to do exceptionally well against the medium pacers.
Anything with pace on, with or not for Nigeria, will pounce on it. Oh, that's a good one. That's where you should be bowling consistently. 5 overs done. It'll be 35 for 1. Let me look at that again. Cutter rolling his fingers in that one and taking some sort of deviation off the surface. 35 for 1 after 5.
The men here from there, Miracle alongside Salau. They do know that they have a massive task ahead. And the task has just gotten more difficult as Riyazat Ali Shah opts to go with Alpesh Ramjani from the airport end. Alpesh will look to bowl very straight, attacking those stumps. He does have that arm ball. So it would be very advisable for the batters to simply look to knock him down the ground. Wait for the full delivery and chance themselves to go right over that mid-on fielder. Nigeria do not want to lose momentum in this run chase.
Good start. Alpesh has a knack of picking up wickets on the first delivery. So the first thing, Miracle will be happy. And then he survived that one. How you'll navigate the rest of the 5 deliveries will be important. Goes aerial. He will find long off. Just keeps it down to 1. Trying to be attacking as Miracle. Aiming for the shorter boundary on that occasion. Why? Because he knows this is the last over the power play and they'll try to amp things up a bit. Score a few of them.
At the halfway stage of his over, he'll feel that he's done an amazing job. He just has 3 deliveries to go. If he can close out this over, he will have done what his captain would have required of him. Wait on that one. Salah will feel like he has missed out on that. Potentially could have been a boundary. Nigeria need to be careful not to get themselves bogged down, especially from that end where the spinners are operating from.
No, it's a missed opportunity there. Cosmos not happy with himself because that definitely would have been a run out, or would have been a close one, you would say. He'd been able to gather that one, came off the edge, and they decided to run off. Nothing. 2 runs off that over. A brilliant one. Good comeback from Alpesh. Let's have a look at the power play. It's 37 for 1 after 6. How Nigeria have been able to try and navigate this one. They were fortunate to get a few deliveries straight down the leg side, easily helping them on their way, especially from Cosmos Chiuta. He struggled with his lines up earlier on and then found the edge on that occasion. It's the only moment that he will celebrate, because the rest went to the boundary for an expensive start. Frank came through and gave away a boundary on the last delivery. Cosmos brought back, struggled. Nakrani brought in and was sent for a big one. That's the power play as it stands, 37 for 1 for Nigeria after the first 6.
Dinesh Nakrani continues to operate from the airport end. From that wide angle that he bowls from, you look to literally target the stumps. And with that dot ball, there is a change in the commentary box. Eli takes a break. And in returns Bob Songa, former captain of Rwanda. Bob, how do you reckon? How does it stand? Who of the 2 teams you really think would feel they're in the better position?
Thank you, Davis. Watching, of course, the power play on the side, you would feel Nigeria with 37 for 1 after 6. They have done a magnificent job, of course, after losing that big wicket of Suleiman Runshawe, making sure they're moving at nearly close to 7 runs and over without losing a lot of wickets. And these two, Salim, Salau and Miracle, are trying to put on a considerable partnership. You would feel, of course, after the field is spread, the execution is going to be very key with the middle order batsmen for the Yellow Greens. If they are to, of course, get their first ever win against Team Uganda. But again, they will be up against the likes of Alpesh Ramjani and Henry Senyondo, who is yet to be brought into the attack. Gonna be 7 crucial overs of spin for the Yellow Greens to play out. I believe those 4 overs from Senyondo and the 3 left from Alpesh are going to determine this game.
I think for me this game is not just about those overs you're talking about. I think it's a good test to see just how much progress Nigerian mid-order would have made. It is batting in this middle phase that has continued to be a challenge for them. The dot ball percentage in this middle phase has been a challenge. So they would want to show at least there's been an aspect of improvement. They need to find the ability to rotate the strike, turn those good balls into singles, get something out of the good balls. They do not have an issue with running in between the wickets, so it's that ability to turn good deliveries into singles that they want to add into their game.
Touch and go from Miracle. A very good comeback from Dinesh Kumar Nakrani, giving away only 2 runs to end over number 7, 39 for 1. As we have a look at the batting chart now, Suleiman Runshawe's cameo had to come to an end, nicking one to Fred Achelam and the wicketkeeper batsman. And those 2, Salim Salah, of course, once again leading from the front already into the 20s of 26, and that man Miracle Akibe, who is now not out after, of course, facing 13 for his 9.
Looking at that bowling cup there, success for Chewuta Cosmas. He's gone for more than he would have liked, 10.5 and over. But Franco Subuga, the man, has done the business there. Has conceded just 5 in his 2 overs. Dinesh Nakrani has conceded 11 of 2. Alpesh from Jen has bowled his solitary over, conceding just 2.
It's going to be Alpesh to operate from the airport end in his 2nd over. No sleeping play for him. Cut away on that occasion with on offer. 2 is the call, they're running hard. And those camper for 2 runs. Very good running between the wickets.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. The Nigerians would want to look to rotate strike. Not get themselves bogged down on one end.
Extra bouncer on that particular delivery. But this time round, the fielder in the deep, Mangera cuts it off to only 1 run. And of course, Davis, given that the field is now spread, you'd love to see these young boys trying to get to that 8 runs and over. Keep pushing those fielders in the deep.
Attempts to go big, gets height on it. Riaz Atalisha is under it, unable to keep it to hand. For his fielding standards, he will know that he's put 1 down. Salim Salah will know that he's just survived.
Flighted on that occasion, trying to hit him downtown. Not an easy one. Davis running backwards from the captain, but he had a hand on it, some fingers. Soft hands again from Miracle.
It's important yet again for the Nigerians not to find themselves falling for that Ugandan conscription style, that anaconda python style of squeezing the life out of middle batters.
Top edge on that occasion, up and over that fielder. Senyondo, a short fine leg. They scamper for 2 runs. Again, very good point there, Davis. You don't want to come into the last halfway stage of the chase needing 10 runs plus and over.
Yeah, of course, if you do not do well between overs number 7 to 12, you find yourself obviously chasing the game much later. Uganda are one of those sides that are very, very privileged to have 3 quality spinners in their side. So those are always very important 12 overs.
Knocks him over. Straight away is Alpesh from Jani, a man you cannot keep out of action. Getting rid of Miracle Akibe. Playing on the back foot, a straight delivery, and he has to pay the price.
Very familiar tactic, full and straight. The arm ball cleans him up. Went for a cut shot. That ball was never there to be cut. He's gone for 14 of 18. Decent attempt. But in walks Isaac Danladi. He likes to go big. He likes to score his runs very quickly. He's a very, very busy batsman. Nigeria will be hoping today is that kind of day for him. And after 8, familiar tactic yet again from Riaz Atalisha. Throws the ball to Master Wong, Henry Senyondo. Sits at number 13 in the leading wicket takers in T20 internationals.
And being, of course, the leading wicket taker in the ILT20 Continental Cup powered by Fancode with 15 scalps. A man who doesn't mind which end he comes from. Always loving his ball to do the talking for him. He picked up a fifer from that end, at the pavilion end. Against, of course, this team, the Yellow Greens. They scamper for a quick one there, a little bit risky on that occasion.
Not the quickest fielders out there on the field. But he is a monster with ball in hand. That single brings Isaac Danladi on strike. This should be a good contest. The matchup is against Isaac.
Plays this on back foot back to the bowler. Should be, of course, a big day for that man who's been looking for a big score. Can he be the hero for the Yellow Greens? We saw yesterday, of course, I beg your pardon, on Monday, Isaini Omugabo for Team Rwanda. We've seen the young Pemelo Silas. We saw earlier Didi and Kubgimana leading from the front. And now it's that man, shot number 70, the MVP in the recent concluded qualifier C back in Abuja, up against the best, Henry Senyondo.
That's back-to-back dot balls, 3 deliveries. He's stitching up those dot balls we talked about. Very familiar tactic. He balls at the perfect time, with batters knowing that the run rate is continuing to skyrocket. Nigeria need 106 off 68.
Left touch again, straight to the fielder. They take him on. Those camper for a single. Risky again, but effective. I would love to see that man Danladi occupying the crease more. He has, of course, the ability to hit that long ball. Try and find a partnership with that man, the opener Selim Selau, who is on 22 off 28. Once again, that youngster contributing with the bat. We'll start off with 2 runs in his first over. Is Henry Senyondo, 47 for 2 after 9.
Frank Subuga returns from the airport end. Some chopping and changing there from Riyazat Alisha, not allowing the batters to get used. Alpesh has bowled 2 overs. He's taken a break. We did see the same for Frank Subuga. I think I would have personally liked to see Alpesh especially bowl to these 2 right-handers.
Full ball. He doesn't need any sighters. Is that man, Isaac Danladi, hitting one out of the park.
The matchup is obviously in Isaac's favor. The right arm of spinner, the right-hand batter. And he makes full use of that full delivery from Frank Subuga. Those are very rare. But it's muscled into the neighborhood for Isaac Danladi's first maximum.
What a hitter from that man, Isaac Danladi. As we see the third umpire, of course, once again, bringing out that box. And with that maximum, of course, they get to that 50 mark is Team Nigeria, with the loss, of course, of 2 wickets.
Bobby, just get a feeling after this win in the morning for Rwanda, the tournament has basically been turned on its heels. That final slot of the 3 teams battling it out to try and get to the final that will be played on Saturday afternoon. The fight for that slot continues between Rwanda, Botswana, who will feel like they still have a chance at it, and Nigeria.
It is indeed wide open as we see the Yellow Greens trying to pull off a haste, of course. Frank Subuga, on the other hand, he is a man who loves competition and challenges. We would expect him to come with much better line and length and a little bit quicker.
Much better length. That's the length that might be challenging, but anything too full will be too easy for Isaac Danladi. Back-to-back deliveries. Frank manages to clearly understand where not to bowl for Isaac Danladi.
Very good thinking he did from the experienced bowler Frank Subuga, bowling it to middle and leg, forcing Danladi to play on the bigger part of the grounder. And intelligently he gets a single. Is Isaac Danladi now, allowing the youngster Salim Selau to have a go at Frank Subuga.
Perfect length yet again from Frank. Nigeria will be hoping that these two gentlemen on the wicket can look to rotate strike. The required rate is now at 9.6. Starting to skyrocket. They don't want to fall too far behind the required rate.
Plays at backward pointer. They'll get a single to close off the halfway stage of the chaser. Giving away 7 runs in his third over, Frank Subuga. 55 for 2 after 10.
Looking at the warm, the difference between the two sides. In different start from Uganda. Started was slow out of the blocks. But they did have that mid-order partnership of close to 50 runs between Fred Achalam and Dinesh Nakrani that brought them back into the equation. The Nigerian warm has not really gotten out of second gear. So they will need a big finish. They'll need to score at anything just under 10 runs and over to pick up their first victory against Uganda in 9 outings.
10 runs and over, you say, as we see Henry Senyondo back from the pavilion end. He went for only 2 runs in his first. It's going to be, of course, bowling it, spinning away from the right-hander. He's up against Salim Selau. He has protection in the deep square leg, deep bind wicket. Long off, long on. Offers width and plays it to the sweeper is Salim Selau. Very good rotation of strike from these two.
You'd think that Uganda were put under some amount of pressure when they were batting, especially in that power play. A test which was passed. We are just simply yet to see this Ugandan bowling unit get tested. But in Isaac Danladi, you feel that Nigeria have a man that can put them to the ropes.
Takes a little shimmy up. There's a fielder who can only watch it sail over him. Make that the second maximum from that man, Isaac Danladi. He knows, of course, his wicket is key in this chaser. The big question here is how long can he stay at the crease?
Takes a little shimmy, gives himself room. Muscles that down there, right over Robinson Obuya. Good start to the over. Leading edge flies to hand and Dinesh Nakrani completes what looks like an easy catch there at point. Could that have been the match?
We just spoke about how long can he stay at the crease. Is that man who is living with himself, Isaac Danladi, falling to that catch at point. Look at that enticing delivery there, getting some patches from the wicket and a very good diving catch.
He will be very disappointed, but I don't think he should feel so hard done. I feel like he's gotten out to a good delivery. He's got 14 off 11. That got patches off the wicket. That's the matchup we keep talking about. Batters generally struggle with balls going away from them. Try to play it to that vacant mid-wicket region and could only get a leading edge. And Henry picks up his first.
And with that wicket, the captain Sylvester Okwe joins that man, the Lone Ranger at the moment, Salim Selau. Make that 16 wickets for Henry Senyondo. Making it, of course, a habit. He picked up his fifer against Team Nigeria. I would love, of course, to see him replica those bowling figures. Plays him on the back foot. He's the captain to get off the mark. Will be the happier, of course, Henry Senyondo, seeing batsmen going on the back foot. He got in those 5 wickets, 4 were bowled.
Henry Senyondo is fast approaching a man that was the man of the match in that second test between New Zealand and India. Another left-arm orthodox spinner, Mitchell Santner. He is 6 away from catching up with him. That is how quickly Henry Senyondo is climbing up this leading wicket taking, the list of leading wicket takers in T20 internationals. But with that dot ball brings an end to the 11th. Nigeria 63 for 3.
Alpesh Ramjani to continue from the airport end to bowl his third. He has given only 8 runs, picking up a wicket. The required is getting closer to that 10 run and over. Rocks back on the back foot. It doesn't get enough timing. Straight to the sweeper, Simon Sesazi. Alpesh Ramjani, what a very good day in the office in their first game of this tournament. Picking up a fifer, nearly taking a hat-trick. He picked up, of course, that wicket of the captain and his brother in his last over. To be precise, he picked up 3 wickets to finish, of course, with figures of 5 for 17. Cut away this time round. Missed those 2 fielders at point and shorted man. Much needed boundary coming off the blade of that youngster Salim Selau, who's been kept a little bit quiet.
Short delivery, waited for it and managed to pierce that gap. You just get the feeling that Nigeria must find a way of ensuring they can keep the board ticking, pick up those odd singles, so the boundaries become the building blocks for their ranches.
Soft hands again from Salim Selau, but this time round picks that fielder at short third. Big question here, Davis. Would you feel Sylvester Okpe would let that youngster Salim Selau, who has played out nearly 12 overs, to have a go? Give him the license, of course, to go big.
Not too sure what's just happened there. Appears like it's missed everything. Turn and bounce from Alpesh Ramjani. But you just get a feeling that, looking at the replay, Bob, very well balled there, in line, pitch of a beauty. Pitched and turned, beaten the butter. But you just get a feeling that Salim Selau is eating up balls, but it's not been his fault. I think he's come up against some very, very good bowling.
Goes again on the back foot. And he ends his third over, giving away only 5 is Alpesh Ramjani with a dot ball. 68 for 3 after 12.
And with the 13th over yet to be bowled, you just feel that this passage of play, run rate required, is not just after over 10. They cannot eat up any more dot balls. They must find a way of making full use of those resources. Starts off with a sweep shot. Didn't get the much needed connection.
We spoke about, of course, these left arm orthodox spinners for Team Uganda being very key in this chase. So far, after the power play, they have managed to restrict Team Nigeria, adding only 31 runs to the total and picking up 2 wickets. Shows you how good they have been. That man, Henry Senyondo, every time they give him that ball, he makes sure he gets into those record books.
Slight break in play there. Sylvester Okpe having trouble, I think, with some dust in his eye. Of course, he had to put in that big dive. You just get a feeling, Bob, because these two teams had fairly similar power plays, but the difference for Uganda is that they found two mid-order batters. Very well bowled again by Henry Senyondo. Gives it a little bit of more air, and is able to get turn and bounce on the wicket. The difference for me, Bob, was that the mid-order of Uganda managed to pick up singles and that odd boundary, but that knock from Fred Achalam got about 28 in good time. That made the difference to allow the Ugandans get momentum back in their favor and build on that to get to that 150 mark. So Nigeria would have needed a similar inning. Isaac Danladi started off by looking to try and provide that inning. Fortunately lost his wicket to a good delivery from Henry Senyondo.
Also there, to me, is that, of course, that element of surprise where we saw Fred again being promoted ahead of Alpesh Ramjani. And he made a very huge impact to make sure they get to that 150. The Yellow Greens, of course, they would love that man, Sylvester Okpe, to play a captain's inning. He has played once so far in this tournament. That 44 off 15 where he was the player of the match. And with that single, we come to the end of the 13th. It is 72 for 3. Needing now 11 runs and over is Team Nigeria. Alpesh Ramjani will be finishing his quarter from the airport end. He has a deep square leg, deep mid wicket, a long on, a long off fielder. Calls for a cut shot, doesn't get enough timing. Is Salim Selau, who is already into the 30s. Full again and beats the outside edge, nearly taking off the top of off. Salim Selau saw that flight and his eyes lit up, trying to hit him downtown. He has faced 43 deliveries for his 30. A little bit, of course, expensive from the youngster. But you would feel for him, he's been watching those 3 wickets falling from the other end. Another age from Salim Selau. Dot ball pressure now. Alpesh would love to capitalize and pick up a wicket. Ball struck down the ground to long off. And he will breathe a sense of relief is that man, Salim Selau, after, of course, facing those 4 deliveries, allowing now the captain, Sylvester Okpe, to have a go at Alpesh Ramjani.
Gets a big outside edge there. Work to do for Chauta Cosmas, unable to keep that in. Animated follow through there from the right arm fast bowler. to fall onto that embankment. But it's 4 valuable runs. So Sylvester Okpe and Nigeria. Peril ball patches out of there of the wicket. You just feel Nigeria have done well enough to keep picking up those odd boundaries. It's just that dot ball percentage they obviously will want to try and work on and improve.
Davis moving forward. They will need those 2 boundaries in and over if they are, of course, to get anything close to that target. Cut away, but there's a protection in the deeper. Pasco Murunji, who cuts it off to only 1 run. And with that single, Alpeshram Jani's quarter comes to an end, picking up 1 wicket, going for 19 in his 4 overs. 78 for 3 after 14. Needing now 12.3 is Team Nigeria.
Looking at the worms there, the 2 worms, you'll quickly see that worm of Nigeria, whereas it was very, very close with that one of Uganda. As I said, they started similar in the first 10. However, that worm for Nigeria has taken a bit of a nosedive. It has looked to flatten, meaning they're not getting the much needed runs in the middle phase of the game. And that will be an area they will be looking to try and rectify as they prepare for that World Cup qualifier that will happen in Zimbabwe in September next year.
And of course, that will be the end of Davis Karashani here in the commentary box, allowing now Mr. ILT20 to take us through the last, of course, 6 overs. Welcome back, Eli. You've been on the side. What's your take? Nigeria is sitting on 78 for 3. They have wickets in hand.
Wickets in hand they have. And the required run rate a little bit too big for my liking. They'll need to push as much as they can. And they've tried to go about things a little bit differently. 73 needed from 35. Not that it's not attainable. But it's just a little bit too much to ask, in my own opinion. And give themselves room. Good running. Great awareness from Sylvester Okpe. Runs well.
$72 to get from 34. I'll tell you, in my own opinion here, Eli, it is not rocket science, that equation, given that you have 7 wickets in hand with a man like Salim Salah out there, very well set. I have to see them stepping, of course, on that pedal. Try and get that 10 run and over.
I just get a feeling that they are 20 runs behind Nigeria. Goes big on this one. And then we'll fall short of Cosmos Chota. A reason why I say that they are 20 runs behind, because at the same stage Uganda were on 104. Meanwhile Nigeria are on 81 for the loss of 3. Required run rate is shot up to 12.9. Need 2 maximums per over, or 1 per over, and a few more singles. It's asking a lot. Testing the pedigree of the 2 Nigerian batters. Salim Salah should put his hand up to be counted in these efforts. He shouldn't give up. They will look to him. Sylvester Okpe has done some brilliant work with the bat. Going leg side. And find the fielder. So these 2, they have had efforts with the bat that have stood out. But here, it will mean even more for them if they're able to bring all of that into this game and make it count. Big shout! That may be just an issue of height there, but that should be very, very straight for me. Oh, an issue of height will come into play on that occasion. Could have just been going over the bells. 15 overs done. It'll be 82 for 3. Only 4 boundaries have been found in the last 5 overs. That's very few for what's needed here. Very, very few. 1 maximum, and then 3 fours, you'd say. Goes big this time, and will clear the fence with ease. A magnificent hit from Sylvester Okpe. Understands what I'm just saying, that they will need to go aerial. They'll need to add a little bit of impetus. Goes high and big, the longer side of the field he targets and clears it with ease at 6 runs.
A very good shot there from the captain. Slog swept to the, of course, the bigger part of the ground. Getting one out of the screws. He moves to 17. 7 runs already in this over. How many more can they add? This is exactly where Team Uganda were moving at 9 runs and over, allowing them to get to that 150.
Get a single. They need to target someone, Nigeria. They need to say, who are we going to target? Are we going to target Frank? No, one of the remaining bowlers, Frank, into his last over. And so he should also become a target. If they can get away the 3 remaining deliveries. Whatever, he is not one to take lightly. Knows the gravity of the situation, knows where he's being allowed to bowl. It's in the death. Use of the feet, he'll hit the sweeper. It'll just be 1. The experience will come into play. He's bowled in these situations quite a number of times. 1 more delivery to go. 9 runs off the over. You need 1 big hit. Sort of like get back in this one. Lines it up straight up. That's a good hit. Not before. You'll feel better with that. That'll be 13 runs from the over. And they will accept those. End of 16 overs. It'll be 95 for 3.
Let's have a look at that. Shuffling across the line and hitting it straight as a ruler is the captain, Sly. To make sure that, of course, they get that over. Much needed over of 13 runs.
As the day goes by, as the sun reaching that golden hour. It'll be 4 overs remaining. 57 needed from 24. Will the yellow greens be shining bright and green like the vegetation around them with the sun? Or Uganda will look to dim the lights? Cut away. And just keep it to 1. Salim Salah on 35 from 51. Danish Kumar Nakrani will be bowling a very important over here. Into his 3rd. He's only given away 12. If he tightens the screws a little bit more, it will become harder for Nigeria to follow. Goes big. Goes underneath that one. And that's a sweet hit. Sweet. Into the next field. Up the hill. A few more blows like those. If you can get 3 or 4 in the over, it'll be even better.
Rolling his fingers into the arc for Sylvester Okpe, the captain. It kept going and going into the next fielder. Big one tonight from the captain. They need more of those ones from Sly.
That's a big hit, and that's a 6 on any ground in the world. Tries to cut it. Just finds a single. You'll need to get him back on strike again, Salim Salah, because Sylvester Okpe is trying to add some impetus. He is finding the boundary or more on the number of occasions that he has tried.
Change of pace again.
Up in the air. And will just be saved. Good efforts out in the deep to keep that one. Saves a definite boundary. Saves 2 for the team there. Robinson Obuya getting in the thick of things there.
With an offer on that occasion from the national cranny, but that man in the deep saving his team 2 runs. Robinson Obuya.
Just keeps it to 1. It's a good over. They have 11 from it. 1 more delivery to go. Can they get another big hit? It's a daunting task, but they have to make the efforts to climb this Mount Kilimanjaro that is in front of them. I don't know what the tallest hill is in Kigali, but they have to get their feet up and going here in Nigeria. Goes for it. It's down on the ground. And they push for 2. And they settle for 1.
I'll be very happy with those 25 runs coming in the last 2 overs is the Yellow Greens as they crossed, of course, that 3-digit mark. 107 for 3 after 17. 45 to get in the next 18 deliveries. It is still possible.
$18 deliveries to go, 45 more needed. It'll be a test for Nigeria here, a big one, because this is the kind of opposition that they will face later next year. Do they have the pedigree to stay competitive up here? I know there'll be a lot of people in Abuja, in Lagos, and that'll be watching keenly into this one. Richardson Tete, you will be watching. Endurance of M will be watching. And the board will be watching. And importantly, the president of Nigeria Cricket Federation, he will be watching, the doctor. So Emeli understands that. But I'm sure he's run away because he had a flight to catch back home. By the time he lands, and result will be awaiting him. Will it be in his favor or will it be against? Cosmas to bowl his 3rd here. Went for plenty in the first 2 that he bowled. Can he bring it back? Thick outside edge. 3rd man is there just to keep it to 1. Discussions between bowler and captain on who comes up, who goes down, who shall go wide to the fence here. And both fielders square of the wicket will need to sit on the boundary. They're instructed. Deep square, deep backward point. And there's 3rd. Long on. Mid off is up in the circle. Now sweeper. And there we go. Big heave straight in the air. And it'll be caught in the covers. That'll be a magnificent catch. Cleanly taken, it'll sting, but it will be also a relief as they pick up a wicket at a very important stage, and the big wicket of Salim Salau departs.
A very good bowling from Cosmas Cheuta into the arc. He didn't get enough timing. Especially from Johnny taking the easiest of catches. Of course, the magic works for Team Uganda, changing ends from Cosmas Cheuta. They would love him, of course, to be the hero. He has broken this partnership. New batsman at the crease. 39 of 55 with 1 maximum and 3 boundaries. Striking it at 70 is that youngster Salim Salau.
Cosmas Cheuta strikes. And picks up his 2nd wicket. He'll feel better if he can pick up another one. He'll be even more happier and trying to negate those figures that he had up earlier on. Isaac Okpe comes in the block hole. Almost taking that one out. Great efforts to dig it out.
Getting, of course, the taste of his own medicine. In swing Yoka to welcome Isaac Okpe there, nearly taking off the off stump.
How did that miss? How did that miss? Sylvester Okpe watching the action from the opposite end. He would love to be on strike here. Can his brother just get a single to get him on strike? Swing and a miss. You could feel the wind of that one all the way up here. Golf shot. Have a look at that.
Trying to hit him downtown is Isaac Okpe. He's the outside edge, but you could tell from the front foot, not where near to that delivery. That man, the captain, watching from the other end, will be livid with himself, telling his big brother, get me a single, get me on strike.
Always a tough ask when you have to tell your brother what to do. Outside edge. And taken. The umpire will raise his hand. And he has to go, trying to add a little bit of impetus. Didn't look for the single. Thought that he could do it himself here. But no. It'll be an edge taken by the keeper.
A lovely piece of bowling there. Slightly outside of his reach. Edging one to the wicketkeeper, Fred, who takes an easy catch. You would feel not only picking up his third, he's picked up 2 in this over, going for only 1 run. And of course denying that chance to the captain, who is on 31 of 17, to have a go.
Departs without troubling the scorers. On that occasion, Isaac Okpe. Vincent Adeoye is the man that strolls in. Still trying to put on his tools. But good work from this man. 3 wickets he has, 2 in this over. 1 run given away. What a way to bring your figures back. 44 required from 13. Tall order.
It's that man, shot number 39, breathing fire like his nickname Choto. Last delivery to come. Here we go. New batsman, Vincent.
Upish. But safe. They pick up 2 runs. And that will be the 18th over done. 110 for 5, Nigeria. Two overs remaining. They need 21 runs from the 2. From each of the 2. I beg your pardon. Vincent Adeoye on 2. Sylvester Okpe still there. If he can find 20 or more runs in this over, then get strike to face the last over, he can see his team across the line. It is possible. Probability says so. But however, in my own taking, I feel like it's asking a chicken to fly. Tries to go big. Can't get the bet underneath that one. And they pick up 2. The chicken does have feathers. But can it propel itself up? Difficult.
That man, Sylvester Okpe, can he be the hero? He's of course muscled one into the second grounder.
Trying to go big again. Not a bad ploy because he's targeting the shorter side of the boundary. The one leg side. Not able to make contact there because it was going down leg. And trying to help it on its way. But however, now he's not on strike. It's the new man that's on strike. How he navigates this one. Does he get a single, or does he say I can also make an addition?
They stick to the same fielder of Sylvester Okpe, his team Uganda. Laula Peel again. He might have hurt himself. He's a visit at the way. He doesn't look happy there.
That one came off the inside edge of the bat onto that knob of the ankle. It'll hurt big time. There we go. You will wobble around. It hurts. He's in pain. Seems to have hit him right between that gap between thigh pad and the pad, the worm. From the 11th over, things started to go away from Nigeria as their worm deeped under that of Uganda. And then those 2 dots in the 18th, the 2 wickets they lost to Cosmos Cheuta, makes it a little bit more difficult. The dot balls that they're getting now make it even harder. The betting card will also come up to show you how things are. And there we go. Starts that they have, Nigeria. Double figures in the middle order and some of the top order, but nothing really stands out besides Sylvester Okpe's 34 from 19, showing that he can bat and bite. And the 39 from Salim Salau, it's off 55. Puts them in a harder position. 2 extras only. The discipline of Uganda's bowling is shown in those.
Good signs as that man, Vincent, is up on his feet, ready to take on the challenge. 3 more deliveries to come from his quota is Dinesh Kumar Nakrani, who loved, of course, to pick up a wicket. Knocks him over straight away. Top crusher from Dinesh Kumar Nakrani, picking up his first, getting rid of that man, Vincent Adewoye.
Vincent Adewoye trying to add runs on the board, trying to play the same shot that his captain tried to play. You miss, I hit. Nakrani picks a wicket. Instead of looking for the single, looks for the big one. And it cost him his wicket. It'll be 113 for the loss of 6. Adewoye departs with only the addition of 2 from 3.
It's that man, Ridwan. He didn't have a go with the ball. He's been given a task to contribute to the bat, joining his captain, Sylvester Okpe. 2 deliveries to come.
An interesting fact, Karim Ridwan did not bowl today. I wonder why. They brought him on as a batter? Swing and a miss. Instead of looking for the one to bring your captain onto strike, goes for a huge heave. This is one thing that I never understand from tailenders. You're just coming in. There's a man on 34 from 19. You think you'll see the ball better?
I would defy here. I'm not sure if Ridwan is a tail ender. But again, you make a very good point. Would have loved to see Sly facing more.
Again, well, you might say he's not a tail ender, but when you're betting in at number 8, where does the tail start?
Coming in at number 8, you didn't even have a single over. I believe it's one of those days as we get to the end of the 19th, 113 for 6. I believe Eli, it's one of those days where the captain misses that trick. If I had a leg spinner, I'll ball my leg spinner every game. He's 4 overs. And how deadly he has been is Ridwan, of course, coming into this tournament with those figures in the qualifier C. You'd feel Sylvester Okpe has missed out a trick. His 4 overs, Ridwan, would have made a very big impact in this game.
Definitely. Right, the last over, the last 6. Cosmos Cheuta. He's not new to this. He's done it more than once. Here we go. Into the block hole, worked away leg side. And they're pushing. They only settle for 1. Somehow I don't think that was the wise decision to take the 1. But they had hoped to get 2. You can hear the grunts of Sylvester Okpe, not happy. Exchange of words between Cosmos and Sylvester. Cosmos trying to get underneath the skin of Sylvester there, saying you've come to the non-strikers and now watch the show end.
Of course, as Uganda is aging and aging closer to yet another winner, they're still, of course, unbeaten. I'll tell you, Eli, my inbox, it is full.
Up in the air and goes all the way for 6. Well, Kareem Redouane says I might be fresh off the bench here, but I can see it clearly. Picks up the slow delivery, targets the shorter boundary and clears it with ease. Big one.
Coming back to my point, I'll tell you, of course, with that maximum, this youngster proving you something. My inbox is full of course, messages saying, Mr. Eli, that young man there on your screen is not a tail ender. He can be handy with a bat if given, of course, that opportunity.
A tail ender does not mean that you can't bat. It's just where you're coming in to bat. An opener does not necessarily know how to open. It's just where you're coming in to bat. Cosmos Cheuta is third in the block hole again. Senyondo will pick that up and keep it to a single. But I understand who's saying that. Kudos, my guy. Supporting big. 31 from 3. I should not even be allowed to say that. But that's just the situation it is. Another win for Uganda, but this one a hard-fought one. I will put up my hand and I will clap for Nigeria because they have dug deep. They did not lose wickets in a cluster. They elongated the innings. Strikes big. This one will clear the boundary. Sylvester Okpe, he will smile at Cosmos Cheuta because of that exchange of words. He gets a maximum of him.
Full on that occasion, and that man, Sylvester Okpe, will try and, of course, beat his best figures with the blade in international T20s. Still yet to get off another win after 4 back-to-back losses from the Yellow Greens.
Tough. Well, this one was always going to be a hard one. 41 from 21. I thought that Sylvester's highest in the tournament was 44. So there's an opportunity with 2 remaining deliveries to even get a half century here if he can strike the same. Oh, bolt! Commentators curse. The last laugh will go to Cosmos Cheuta. There'd been an exchange of words between the two. But who has the last laugh? The smallest of celebrations from Cosmos. Deep into the block hole there. Misses it. You miss, I hit.
How'd you play that? Says Cosmos Cheuta, coming, of course, with different answers for the captain, who has to depart, of course, with that 41 of 22. Cosmos picking up his 4th. He will need, of course, to pick up a 5. The 2 5 wickets have come, of course, against Team Nigeria. One from Alpesh Ramjani and Henry Senyondo. The PS man, Cosmos Cheuta, is on 4 wickets. Last ball to come up against Peter Aho.
Can he get a 5? Can he finish off things here off the last delivery and get a 5 wicket haul?
There's a printer out there. He would love to do a copy and paste. Here we go.
Driven hard down the ground. It'll be a single. And that'll be it. And the curtain comes down on this one. Big fight. Big fight. Best figures will go to that man in your picture. 4 for 39. And that he picks up in the 4 allotted to him. Uganda will win by 23 runs. But it did not come easy. Nigeria put up a very brave fight. Indeed. They needed a win to try and come back. But the losing streak continues now to 5. After starting up well in the first 2 games. They go back to reassess. They have 2 more games to go here. Can they find a win? Yep, handshakes all around. They won't be quick to get off their feet, Nigeria. It's a hard-fought defeat that they face. They gave it all. But however, it wasn't enough.
And not an easy, of course, appeal to take, to swallow for the Yellow Greens. After losing their 5th in this tournament, the ILT20 Continental Cup. As we have a look at the batting card there, outstanding there from Sylvester Okpe, 41 of 22, and that man, Selim Salah, once again contributing with the bat, 39 of 55, nothing much from the rest. But again, those two extras are very disciplined from the Ugandan bowlers, making sure, of course, they win yet another game. As we also take a look at the bowling card of the men in yellow and red.
Uganda's bowling card there. A wicket apiece for Danish Kumar Nakrani, Alpesh Ramjani and Henry Senyondo. But the pick of the bowlers, like I said, will be Cosmos Chota, 4 for 39 in 4 overs. That he picked up with an economy of 9.7 there. But that was quite huge. Uganda will win by 23 runs. Let's have a look at the highlights. This is where things started off in the chase. Streaky, they started off because there was some wayward bowling up front. They took advantage of that, found boundaries with ease. But however, the first wicket came through Cosmos. But then after that, he reverted to be leaking runs. And they took everybody to task, Nigeria trying to amp things up within the power play. Hitting big boundaries. But however, they were cramped for room on that occasion and things started to go a little bit haywire. Danladi, fiery he came and fiery he went. He really tried to be handy, but it wasn't good enough. Great catches were taken. Alpesh Ramjani came into the attack as well. Handy he was. Some fortuitous boundaries they found, but great pieces of hitting that they did. They just didn't have enough firepower towards the latter stages, and they lost quite handy batters up front trying to go for big ones. Magnificent catches, and that's how things ended up for them.
Yeah, just wrapping up the highlights there. Bit of a couple of hits at the back end from the Nigerians. Sylvester Okpe continued to stand tall for his side. It was clean ball there, but he will be very glad and happy with his knock. And that brought the end of the proceedings there. Look at the match summary there. Nigeria won the toss and sent Uganda into bat. Dinesh Nakrani was the leader of that particular part, got 32 of 28. Fred Achalam got a quick fire, 28 of 17. Chauta Cosmas blasted 16 of 10 deliveries. The pick of the bowlers, Peter Ho 3 for 17, Sylvester Okpe 2 for 27, Isaac Okpe 2 for 46. Nigeria managed to get to 128. You feel it, put in a valiant effort. Pick of the batting for them, Sylvester Okpe got 41 of 22, Salam Sao got 39 of 55. Pedestrian knock from him, Isaac Danladi got 14 off 11. Pick of the bowlers, Chauta Cosmas 4 for 239, Henry Senyodo 1 for 18, Alpesh 1 for 19. Uganda winning by 23 runs. The matches that are lined up for tomorrow, Rwanda will be up against Uganda. Rwanda will feel they are in a team in momentum, hoping to pick up their first victory in the tournament against Uganda. Second game looks like a clear semi-final yet again. Botswana will be up against Nigeria. Nigeria, who have lost 5 games in a row, will be hoping to get their winning formula back on track. Do stay with us as we wait for the post-match presentation.
Good afternoon and welcome to the post-match presentation of the final game of the day, where we had Nigeria taking on Uganda. Nigeria won the toss earlier on and they elected to bat first. But however, they seemed to not be able to chase what should have been an easy chase. We'll have a chat with the captain of Nigeria, Sylvester Okpe. Sylvester, the losing streak continues. Where do you think the wheels came off on this one?
I felt mistirred at the first inning when we were bowling, because we were looking on points. We were looking to get Uganda under 130, which was what we were looking for, and that was where we lost it.
You did come handy with the bat until the latter stages. What was the communication each time you were out there with the new batters coming in?
Just for them to give me more strike for me to play my game, and I guess it didn't go out as we wanted.
It's not yet over. 2 more games to go before we really wrap it up. You still feel you have a chance?
Yeah, definitely. We have a good chance. It's just for us to play our A game in those 2 games, and then we'll see what comes out of it.
Unfortunate. Good luck in the next one.
Thank you very much.
That's the captain. Now we have a chat with the winning captain of Uganda, Riyazat Ali Shah. Riyazat, the winning streak continues, but however, this one was a hard-fought one, you'd say.
It was tough one for us because we lose too many wickets in the front, and good to see boys like they fought till the end, and we know that above 140 in this wicket is good to defend.
There are some conversations outside of this one that feel like you're coming in a little bit too early when you're coming into batting at number 3.
I think like as a middle order batsman, you have to in a T20 you have to be ready to bat in a power play, and after power play I think I'm okay, but the way I played it's not good for me.
Right, then taking a look at your bowling side, how would you rate them?
Our bowling is always amazing for us. They come to party in every time, and good to see them fight in every game, and we have confidence on them.
Congratulations, good luck in the next one.
Thank you.
Now it's time for our man of the match presentation that will be done by our third umpire, Mr. H. Damasani. He'll come through with the award. And this one, there were some considerable contribution. Danish Kumana Crowley, 32 from 28. But however, this one will go to Cosmos Chauta, who picked up 4 wickets in 4 overs for 39 runs. A brilliant performance with the ball, handy also with the bat, some magnificent strikes. Cosmos, just have a chat with me. I know you don't like interviews, but tell me, you started off with picking up the first wicket, went for 21 runs. How did you bring yourself back in?
12th man, coach sent a 12th man, and 12th man came and told me it would be easy for you if you bowl it straight, so that's what I did.
Right, of the two, what do you enjoy, batting or bowling?
Enjoy bowling, I'm a bowler.
Congratulations, thank you so much. That's our post-match presentation done here. Do catch us again tomorrow for another exciting day of the ILT20 Continental Cup powered by Fancode. Back to the commentary box.
Look at the match summary there. Nigeria won the toss and asked Uganda to bat. Uganda in response managed to get 151 runs for 8. The national crowning was the pick of the batters there. Got 32 of 28. Fred Achelam, quick fire 28 of 17. Cosmas Chauta, the man of the match you've seen there, scored 16 of 10 deliveries. The pick of the bowlers for Nigeria was Peter Aho, picked up 3 wickets for 17 runs in his quarter. Sylvester Okpe started things off pretty well, but picked up 2 for 27. His bigger brother went for 46, picking up 2 wickets. In response, Nigeria could only manage to get 128 for the loss of 7 wickets in their 20 overs. Sylvester Okpe, the captain, was the pick of the batters yet again, scored 41 of 22. Salah managed to get 39 of 55, a pedestrian knock by his standards. Isaac Danladi came in quick-fired, 14 of 11. Pick of the bowlers was the man of the match. Cosmas Chauta picked up 4 wickets for 39. Henry Senyondo 1 for 18. Alpesh Ramjani 1 for 19. Uganda winning by 23 runs. The next matches tomorrow are Rwanda, the home nation, will be up against Uganda, a side that is in full throttle. They've won 6 out of 6. Tomorrow afternoon will be what looks like yet another semi-final. Nigeria, who have lost 5 games on the bounce, will be hoping to get their winning marks back on track against Botswana in the afternoon. And do stay with us, but tomorrow be here to watch the next games. Thank you very much.